Jared, thank you, buddy, for being on my podcast.
Jules.
You almost died coming to my podcast.
I know, man.
I'm almost dying.
Dude, we're going to have to put like a rest in peace for my fucking Wendy's breakfast.
Wait, is it fat? Because I saw the wedges and I was like, Wendy's.
Yeah. Dude, like, I'm a fat guy, so, like, we can get into that. Like, I hardcore have a controversial opinion as a fat guy. My favorite fries are potato wedges. Like, I think they're the premium fry version of a French fry.
See, man, I'm a curly fry type of guy because I think they put seasoning. Because they put seasoning on the wedges as well. They do. That's a different type of flavor. But I don't know. There's something about those curly fries, man. But I am kind of upset because I think they're like $8 for the big bag at Walmart.
Yeah.
And there's not even a lot in there. Like,
so my problem with curly fries is I love curly fries.
Uh-huh.
But
not all of them are curly.
Not all of them are curly. So it's kind of like when you like Crunch 'em Munch or like Cracker Jacks, and it's like with peanuts or whatever, and you get like 5 peanuts. It's like you're gonna get like 5 curls and a lot of like 1 C's that are like this.
Well, see,
and those crispy ones, I don't like. I like the fluffy, like curls.
I feel you. See, man, with me, I feel like all that is like in a suggestion, like curly fries? Question mark?
Yeah,
because they be giving me ones like this, the ones that are the J shape, and I'm just like, nigga, just give me curly fries.
Well, back in the day, like I don't know, if you go to like it's more little Oklahoma, so if you go to a diner here, they're probably still on the menu. They call them like Susie Q fries. They don't call them curly Q's; they call them like Susie Q's.
Oh, see, I don't know if I find myself in an establishment that says Susie Q's, I don't think they serve the blacks. Yeah, because I've never heard
if they rename them like that. I mean, it's either renamed like that or they still say them freedom fries.
Man, that's funny. No French fries. I'm not gonna say fuck the French because I never know.
So this is so like niche. Can I tell you my latest like just what do you want to call it? Obsession?
Yeah.
I am obsessed with the new Marvel game, Marvel Rivals. I am obsessed. Like, obsessed.
I've been hearing good things about it. Me, on the other hand, I played once and was ass. I picked Black Panther thinking I had the strength.
Oh, yep.
I thought I had the strength of Wakanda, and I had the strength of just...
That game has 33 characters at launch. Now it's up to 35 because they added 2 of the Fantastic Four.
Oh, shit. It's a great concept because I saw it like months ago and it was only on computer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this looks dope. And then when I was able to play it, I'm like, I'm just ass. Yeah. Because I played Overwatch a little bit, but I didn't understand. Like, literally, how do you like defend yourself? Or because everybody's just shooting at the same time.
The thing I love about it is you don't want to go in there and just, it's not like Call of Duty where it's like, I got to get the most kills.
Right.
This is a competitive team-based shooter. It is teams. You have to work together as a team, even if you don't have comms.
Okay.
So it basically is a shooter game mixed with like playing World of Warcraft, where you got to have tanks, DPS, and heals. So you got to have, on Marvel Rivals, for example, it's 6 people versus 6 people. You got to have 2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 healers.
Okay.
And then you mix those characters up, and on the fly, if like say like your comp's not working good, and at any time you can switch your player and pick another different character, it's gonna be a counter to the other team. So if you see the other team like has a good Venom, and you know like another character is good like a counter to Venom, switch to it real quick. And that's how you play the game back and forth, like a chess match.
Yeah.
And it's like objectives like capture the points, stuff like that, and you just work together as a team. Like if you're a healer, you fucking heal your tanks, you keep them up. And then you get like yelled at if the game loses and you fail.
Right. See, that's the thing about having trust in people, man. Like I drive in real life.
Yeah.
And people can't fucking drive. So I don't put it past somebody to play a video game it's supposed to help and they just do jack shit.
So what I would recommend if you ever give it a chance again, and honestly I'd play with you, I'd help you. Play healer. Play Rocket Raccoon. My main right now is Rocket Raccoon.
Really?
He has a gun that either heals his team or shoots and damages people.
Oh, okay.
And all it is a heal, and it just shoots out a little bubble, and it's on a smart heal. It just bounces off of walls and heals the nearest person.
Oh, wow.
So all you got to do is just spam that while you're running around. And you can crawl up walls. You can use a little jetpack. And you can, like, actually just play keep away people. I'm sorry, I'm getting obsessed with this game.
That's all right, man. Do your thing.
We can get this up. We can do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's all right. Korean barbecue is not for another 2 hours.
I'm obsessed with Marvel Rivals.
Man, I'm obsessed with Korean barbecue. Have you been?
No.
it's delicious. You ever watch Naruto?
No.
Okay. Well, do you know about there's some Korean places that you cook like the raw food in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Okay. And like hot pots and things like that. Okay. That's what this place is.
Okay.
And I'm in love with it. I only literally get 4 things the whole time, but the 4 things is fantastic.
Let's list them. So
first, you got to get the spicy beef bulgogi.
Okay.
If you don't know what bulgogi is, I think it's like a Korean barbecue type of deal. The spicy kind. Spicy is delicious. And then I get
How spicy we talking? Like, I'm a guy that grew up with, like, most table salsas at Mexican places were like, wow, that's kind of hot.
Okay, the table hot sauce at the Mexican restaurants, like an authentic one, yeah, those are hot. Okay. But it's not that hot. Okay. I mean, it's probably like a hot Cheeto hot. I don't know. It's not nothing crazy.
So, like, you know, like when you go to Popeyes and they have, like, the regular and they have a spicy chicken sandwich? Yeah. But, like, or the spicy, just any other stuff. But the spicy is really not spicy. It just really has more flavor. Yeah. It just has more cayenne, I guess, basically, in it. Is it like that kind of experience, or is it where it actually has some heat to it?
Yeah, it's not crazy spicy. Okay. I mean, well, for me, my son says it's spicy, but
on
he's
the hot 1 scale, you know.
Yeah, man. But
where's Sean coming out?
I don't know. I heard he was dating somebody famous or something or a porn star or something.
By this point, he has to. He's earned it. He's ate enough chicken wings.
Yeah, his mouth already got burned. Now it's the dick.
I know. I heard that he bought like the Hot Ones brand or whatever. Like he's like a president or whatever, supposedly. And like one of the things of like the whole company now that he put in there is like, I'm not doing these eating any more chicken wings. Yeah. So now that all the Hot Ones is like guest hosts. It's like versus and stuff. You don't see Sean eating the shit anymore.
Yeah, fuck it. Man, I wouldn't do
After like 15 years, he's like, I'm fucking done.
15 years.
Yes. We're in a fucking culture now where like time flies by with YouTube years. You know what I mean?
Man, when are we gonna be famous, man? Like
I don't know, man.
We need to fucking make something happen.
Subscribe now.
Right. I swear, like if I was a woman, I'd be Kim Kardashian. Yeah. You got to suck your way to the top, man.
I mean, dude, I've tried.
No Diddy, but you got to.
I mean, I'd half Diddy.
Half Diddy is funny.
I would let Diddy did.
He says, I just use half the baby oil. I don't use all of it. I use half of it. My straight side won't let me use the rest of the baby oil. Not me, him, guys. If you don't know, everyone, this is Jared Ralphie Allen.
What's up? Hello,
the host of Unloading Meat.
What's Unloading Meat? Oh, right there. Merch available now, guys.
Yeah. But introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll hop into it after almost 10 minutes of rambling.
Yeah, about Marvel Legends shit. My name is Jared Ralphie Allen. I am a stand-up comedian, aspiring, possibly. I don't know. At this point, yeah, fuck it. I pay my own bills. I'm a stand-up comedian. Fuck you.
Yeah, we are.
Also a podcaster behind Unloading Meat Productions. I am getting ready to launch my 4th season coming up in February.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Debut is with touring comedian Matt Farrell.
Oh, fun.
Who just came down and we had a good 3-hour chat.
Ooh.
And that's going to be a hell of an episode. It's going to be the premiere coming out February 3rd. And then I'm getting ready to debut a brand new show. I think I sent you the intro just this morning.
Bumpin' Meat?
Bumpin' Meat.
Yeah, it is.
So I want to go on the brand of everything be meat and stuff like that. Do you know why Bumpin' Meat is like wrestling related? Or I didn't. I just kind of buried the lead. But I want to make a wrestling related show. It's weekly. The idea behind it, it's going to be called Bumpin' Meat. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like the weekend update or like the daily show, but covering like wrestling news. So I'm going to have like me at a desk doing it, and it's going to have like guest correspondents and stuff like that.
Yeah. See, I've been enjoying the Monday Night Raw on Netflix. But see, there's the thing. Me and Castro talked about this a little bit ago. Not a little bit ago, excuse me. Last Saturday is when we pod. But the first episode of Monday Night Raw felt like a WrestleMania.
Yeah, it did.
The first match you had was Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa.
Yeah.
With The Rock introduction at the beginning of the match.
Yeah.
That's in itself is like a WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, match. They said behind the scenes that they gave away that literally legit 2 of those matches, the opener and the closer, because the last one was Rollins and Punk.
Yeah, that one was ass.
Yeah,
it was all right. It was ass to me because
I just don't care.
Rollins literally hit Punk with 5-6 finishers.
Yeah.
And he kept kicking out, and I'm like, all right, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it just, the suspension of disbelief got to the point where I was like, you get burnt out a little bit.
Yeah, it's like you already know who's going to win.
Yeah.
After the third finisher he kicked out, I'm like, all right, just hurry up and do a GTS and just call it a day.
But those two matches were going to be for WrestleMania this year, and they moved them up to the Raw Netflix.
Oh, good.
They were already going to be penciled in from WrestleMania.
Good, because they wasn't that good.
Yeah.
By the way.
And then also, I mean, I'm happy the Penta's on Raw. I'm happy Penta is getting money.
See, I didn't know that was the guy from AEW, because we saw him when he came to Tulsa, and I was like, this man looks familiar.
Yeah.
But then he started doing his promo, and he started speaking Spanish, and I'm like, nigga, this is Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't speak Spanish. Netflix don't speak Spanish, I don't think.
And then he went to English, and he was speaking pretty good English, and I was like, most people that watch him, like, we watched him for 4 years in AEW, were like, they never gave him promo time in AEW. They had a manager that would speak his stuff. And so it's like, damn, he actually speaks pretty good English.
Yeah, Castro, he said something about that some superstars got upset because he went overtime or something like that. Yeah. But hey, he said it's his new home.
Yeah.
So it's his home.
And then I like this week they added the fucking like spinner pyro behind him. I don't know if you saw it.
I probably wasn't paying attention
it was
too
fucking
much
dope.
into it. I didn't watch this latest episode. I need to go back and watch it because me and Castro talk about it occasionally.
I'm not the biggest WWE guy. They kind of burnt out at the tail end of the Vince era, and then I'm a big AEW guy. But I do appreciate what WWE is doing now with the Triple H era, and they're winning me back a little bit. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, WWE has like these big it's like WWE is like watching a summer blockbuster, but you're not like if you go in there with those expectations of like, I'm not expecting an Oscar Academy Award winning performance. I'm going in there to turn my brain off and just like, oh, watch dumb fun with big explosions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The big theatrics. That's WWE. AEW is like, okay, I want to watch like a fucking like indie rock show.
Yeah, because I be seeing the AEW like botches and shit.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, how is people still paying to come see this? Yeah, because I think it was the Chris Jericho versus somebody.
Yeah,
and it looked awful.
Jericho, yeah,
man, he's been around for a long time. Like at my job, they have Peacock.
Yeah.
On the smart TV. And I think Peacock, that's where you have like all the old WWE.
Yep.
So I was watching the Triple H. They have like different categories. So I was watching the Triple H and Randy Orton beef from like start to finish.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
talk about a lame WrestleMania match.
See, I haven't got that far.
Oh, sorry.
Well, because I wanted to watch it because when I was a kid, my favorite memory is when Triple H went to Randy Orton's house and beat his ass.
Yes.
At his own house.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Okay, that's what that was?
So that feud, you're right, it's a great feud. And then they main event that Mania and it bleeds, like he throws him through the window of his house.
Yeah.
And then that match, you're thinking, this is going to be like a blood feud. They're going to fucking murder each other.
Yeah.
And they main event WrestleMania and they just have a traditional wrestling match.
No, like special stipulations or not, just fall or
it was like lame duck to finish this fucking feud.
Wow,
and everybody feels that way. Everybody's like, "This what?"
Yeah, it would have to see. My
if
opinion,
it was a street fight or something like that, it'd be fun.
See, I would say more of a steel cage because street fights, as we just saw last week, I believe, with Damian Prince and Sami Zayn. No, not
Damian
Sami.
Priest and what
is his name?
Finn Balor.
Yeah. That's what it is. They had a street fight, and then people started like interrupting the match. And I hate that. Makes me so.
That's the WWE.
Mad,
that's
bro.
the WWE way, though. Is like WWE loves interferences.
Yes, they do, and I hate it.
And they love like a small package out of nowhere, like a roll up out of nowhere pin. Where like the good guy will get a win, but he snuck it. They love to do that, and it's like that. They think by, I guess, winning and losing doesn't matter. It's all preordained. It's wrestling. It's pro wrestling. Right. Spoiler alert, boys and girls. But I thought we just broke kayfabe here. But
he did. I didn't.
Yeah, sorry, Castro. But like at the same time, what was I getting at? What was I talking about? Sorry, I'm a little high.
That's all right. The roll up.
Oh yeah.
Not about winning and losing.
Winning and losing doesn't matter so much, but perception does matter. It's like they think, oh, if I give this guy a win, the good guy a win, doesn't matter how I give him a win. Oh, it'll get him over with the crowd. But how he gets the win kind of matters.
I think a roll-up is really diminishing his character because I'm like, bro, you're supposed to be the superhero, the one who saves the day type shit.
Yeah.
And for you to have to rely on a cheap antic like a roll-up. Yes.
Why can't a good, like, white meat babyface or just a good guy get along by just being a good wrestler, being of a skill?
Yeah. And I feel like they need to, like, separate that heel and face in a sense of make the face like how John Cena was. Like, he wasn't the person who, like, had to feel sympathy for him. Yeah. Like, even when he had feud with Nexus, I believe, he was getting jumped by everybody. I'm like, nah, John Cena could still come back. He's John Cena, you know?
That was one of my best memories is I went to Raw and BOK. Yeah. And it was when he was feuding with Nexus. Yes. And Nexus ran into the crowd right beside me. And Wade Barrett was right next to me.
Oh, that's dope.
And that was the night that Bret Hart came back and was, like, joining John Cena in this, like, Survivor Series team.
Oh, shit.
So, like, I got to see Bret Hart that night. The first match was, like, just a killer. It was Randy Orton versus Jericho versus Edge.
Okay.
A threat match, and, like, it was just a dope match, open Raw.
So I was trying to, because when I was younger, me and my brother, I paid for me and my brother to go to Raw, or SmackDown, I forgot which one. But we had seats behind the announcers, and then I got his seats where the camera view was at. So I was trying to find the episode of where I could see myself, but I never could find it. But the one I did see was the Jericho, Randy Orton, and Edge triple threat.
And so you were there too?
Well, no, I was looking it up online, and I saw that match. So it's funny that you brought it up because when I was trying to find myself, I looked on that match. But yeah, I don't know which year it was or when I went. I don't know if it was Raw or SmackDown, but I really enjoyed it, man. Like, as a kid. And plus, see, with me, I think okay, so, like, if I'm in a crowd and everybody's cheering, I don't want to cheer because I feel like people would look at me and be like, why are you cheering so hard? Yeah. Like, I think I have anxiety, man. Or when I was younger. Like,
you're a try-hard too much?
Yeah. or cheer for my favorite wrestler. Like, everybody else is cheering, and I'm just sitting there, like, nervous as hell. I'm like, calm down, Julian. It's all right, man. You can cheer. But I
don't know. I got into it with AEW when they came last. I was really into it. I went by myself. Like, honestly, like, some people have reservations to go to a movie by themselves or go to, like, a concert by themselves or, like, wrestling or something like that. And, like, I got divorced, and after a while I was like, you know what, I'm just fucking gonna go. So I bought my ticket to AEW, and I was like, I had a fucking blast. I just, cheered with everybody else, and everybody just got into it with everybody.
Yeah, I went with Castro and another friend of his, and it was a good time. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
I will say, hands down, no matter what you think about booking or anything like that, or I'm not trying to be like the fucking tribal AEW versus WWE shit. AEW has way better fucking theme music than WWE ever will, because the WWE fucking Def Rebel bullshit people that they have that makes all their house music suck. Like, every single theme sucks. If it's a new theme. Pentas is pretty good, I will say. But even then, like, the Def Rebel people that make WWE music now, every single one of their intros is just front-loaded. It's literally just a soundbite of going like, Zero Mero! And then just generic rock music number 5.
Yeah.
It's just like they have a little thing, and then just generic music. And, like, nothing's memorable. And, like, it's going to be very apparent. You're coming back to WWE, right? So you're coming back to being, like, at least watching wrestling a little bit.
Yeah.
The Royal Rumble's coming up.
Right.
It's my favorite event. Even as an AEW fan, the Royal Rumble is one of my all-time favorite wrestling events. Because I love the surprises. It's one of the best wrestling matches to ever watch. I don't know if you ever watched one. Do you know what it is?
Occasionally. Yeah, for sure.
30 men over the top rope, or women.
Yeah.
It's 2025, y'all.
They need another woman one.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're having another one.
Really?
Yeah, every year they have men and women.
Definitely tuning in for that one.
They have 2 matches every year.
So much ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Although the funniest thing is, like, I'm glad that WWE's partnering TNA because, like, they've struggled some years to get 30 women that can do the match.
Oh, really?
Because they don't have 30 women on the roster that can do the match.
Speaking of women, there is a new new movie coming out. Oh, I think it's called Queen of the Ring, and it's about the first female professional wrestler.
Oh, really?
And it looks really fucking good. Have you seen Arrow on CW?
Yeah.
You know Felicity?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's the main character.
Isn't it about, like, is it Mildred Burke? Or
something like that.
Yeah, it's one of the old... Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to that. It looked good.
Yeah, because Tony Storm and a couple other actual wrestlers are in it, too.
Yeah, it reminded me of the Iron... Like, how it's portrayed. It feels like the Iron Claw. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. phenomenal movie.
That one was talk about tearjerker, man.
I mean, like that was another movie where it's hard to like how the parent was.
Yeah.
Like on the way here, I told you about the thing, my recent purchase. Do you want to bring that up on the podcast?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I, of course, have a lot of questions. We'll get to that. So let's just start.
Yeah.
From the beginning. So you said you were a podcaster and comedian. Where did these two ideas of creativity come from? Because they are similar in a sense, but what I've found, podcasting is a little bit more easier. So let's start with stand-up comedy. Where do you think that came from? Were you always funny as a young man, or?
As you can see by the way we had to frame this camera set up, I am an obese individual. So
me too, man. Shout out to fat people.
Yeah, shout out to fat people. On the I grew up fat. I grew up to be fat, and that's where my sense of humor kind of happened. Is like, I'm the fat kid that had to think of the joke beforehand.
Yeah,
my defense mechanism was to steal the thunder before it could happen. You take the power away. You say the joke first. Bullies can't hit you.
Yeah,
you're the funny fat guy, and then you're just that's my armor. And that's where my sense of humor kind of developed, and my quick wit. And that's why, honestly, I tell people, even on my podcast, I'm like, that's why I'm kind of, I want to say, inclined to roast battles. I love roasting and stuff because, like, I can think on my feet really quick.
Yeah.
Even though I can't fucking snap my fingers.
Really?
Yeah, like, that's barely all I can do.
Man, that's crazy.
That's about as close as I can do.
We're getting somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Subscribe now. Anyway. So, like, that's where my quick wit happened. And then, like, I tried comedy. At this point, it's been 16 years, probably.
Damn.
16 years, yeah. It's 2025, y'all.
How old are you, Jared?
I am 36.
36.
Yeah, I'll be 37 this year.
Ooh, you were 10 years older than me, man.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Shout out to life.
Yeah. Ebony and Ivory.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I need to listen to
Paul McCartney. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe Stevie Wonder. It's about coming together.
Come together, guys.
Yeah.
No Diddy. but yeah, that's the thing.
Sorry, we're on squirrel. But yeah, like comedy. Like I tried 16 years ago. I went to UnloadingMeat, did 2 open mics. And then the second time I went, the open mic host was like, "Hey, they didn't like your stuff. You're banned. You said something controversial." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was kind of devastated. I was like 20 years old at the time.
Oh, damn.
And at the time, UnloadingMeat was the only comedy club in all of Oklahoma. And like that was it. So I was like, I just have to give up. There was nothing else. So I just gave up. And I didn't do it again until like around COVID is when I got my second divorce.
Yeah.
And, COVID changed a lot of us.
Man, you know it's crazy? I started comedy during the COVID era.
Yeah.
So I was actually taking a class. I don't know how I saw it or what happened, but that's where I met Brittany. Yeah, you know her. Her and her husband. Oh, man. I remember you guys' names. It's just
subscribe now.
Got a lot of people to think about. But yeah, so that's where I met Brittany, but it was ran by Roy Johnson, I believe his name was, or something like that. Okay. But it was at the Looney Bin, and he was teaching us how to set up an act and different things like that. And I stopped going because either I didn't have I was really lazy back then, man, during COVID. But with me, comedy was something that I knew I could be good at because, like yourself, growing up big, you always had to be funny. But that was our culture, it felt like.
Yeah.
So the people I grew up around, or just even with my family, jokes was always a way of showing love.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I mean, I make fun, like, I love you. I make fun of you, of course, And it was just something that I thought I would, like I said, would be good at. But before that, I started podcasting, I believe it was. And I came up with the name Socks On or Off one day, and I was like, this would be a great podcast name. And it just went like that. But the thing that you said, like stealing the thunder before it happens on you, is really such a rough thing to understand for people who don't go through that.
Yeah.
And I see it a lot with big people, how they would say, oh, I'm just the fat boy or girl, or they would make fun of themselves, and it makes me mad because I'm like,
self-deprecation.
Yeah, because I'm like, You should be more than that.
Yeah.
You should think of yourself more than that. And people don't understand the psychological damage that it is doing to them or to even other people when people make fun of them.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're causing yourself to now see yourself in a reality that's not true.
True.
Like, even though, yes, you're fat, even though, yes, you're this and this.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
Jesus.
The end of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just feel like people need to start understanding.
Did I get the girl in the end? Jesus.
Man, I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't. She left, man. Anyway.
Wah.
Right? But no, man, I just feel like people need to start sticking up for themselves more and putting the pressure back on whomever and saying that. So instead of making fun of yourself stealing the thunder, hit them with some fucking thunder.
Well, yeah, you gotta do the clap back.
Yeah.
Well, then, like, that's also where, again, the world's not black and white. Everything's gray. Coming from a land of stand-up comedy and like being on stage and, you know, being somewhat controversial of being, you know, kicked off stages sometimes, stuff like that. Or just, you know, things that I've had happened in my career so far. I am one that subscribes to you can always usually tell intent. If I go up to the stage and I'm going to do some jokes and I'm going to do some roast jokes, if you're my man, I'm fucking with you, you're my friend. You know with my intent, if I say a roast joke to you, there is no malice behind it. There is no hatred behind it. It is there just to get the chuckle. And it is with love. Right. It's like we are fucking with each other. We're busting each other's balls. I am doing it like I love you.
Yeah.
Kind of like you were talking about with your family, stuff like that. At the same time, like there's some people that think like if you do that, you're automatically punching down. Like you shouldn't do any roast. There's some people that are like, oh, at open mics, I don't want any roast jokes. What the fuck are you talking about? You're just cutting off like half of what the tool belt of like what comics do. We're supposed to improv and be like, oh, if there's a fucked up situation, I want to comment on it.
Yeah. Like, there was this comic. He was talking to these two dudes, and he was like, y'all came together? He was like, yeah. He was like, y'all didn't come with y'all girls or whatever? And they were like, we're together. And he was like, oh, shit, y'all didn't even look like that. And it's just, it's funny because now you're just opening up the space to, like, something that is... What is the word I'm looking for? Spontaneous, but like nobody came there or thinking that interaction would happen.
Yeah.
And to make it more memorable. Like, remember when the comic thought these two guys were...
It's relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and comedy has really opened up a possibility of healing if you allow it to. Like, people say the universal thing is food and music, but comedy, it has its way in there. Of course, there's culture and there's different things that people don't like. With Americans, the things that we deem acceptable or funny, another country won't. Yeah, but still, some things are fucking like people falling on ice.
Yeah,
funny as fuck.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, there's a reason that everybody still to this day use that Simpson clip of like man getting hit in the groin by football, and Homer's laughing. To this day, it still makes me chuckle a little bit. And
I just feel like the world will be more open if we are able to laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I see all these people on my timeline. I don't know if we talked about it when I was on your podcast, but I have left and white.
That's a Freudian slip.
Left and right-winged friends. I have no idea which side is which.
Yeah.
I don't know who is on what side, but I see all these people like, if you voted for this man, F you, and he did the Hitler salute, and then all the other people is like, shout out to this guy, and I'm loving. I'm just like, where do I fit in, man? Like, I fuck with everybody.
Well, like, I was watching the Daily Show yesterday, and Jon Stewart was breaking down the inauguration of Trump and stuff like that, and like, who was there? And like, it was the first time you saw like tech billionaires at inauguration. Like, the front line is like Musk, fucking Zuckerberg, Jeff Cook from Apple's there. Like, all of them are there.
Yeah.
And it's like an oligarchy of like who got paid, who paid, kiss the ring kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like the journalist that he had on as an interviewer, like basically to talk about what, kind of talk about this whole thing. She would put it in perspective. She was like, these companies, all of social media and stuff like that, by design, the way the algorithm works, they want us to be in conflict. Like, that's just the way the algorithm and everything works, is conflict generates people typing, generates people commenting, generates people posting. And the more that conflict generates and buzzes, that affects every single tech thing that's happening. That's basically how their machines work.
Yeah.
Conflict fuels it. And then on top of that, it divides us. The whole thing of it is it divides everybody into these little bubbles.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, man, America is like a experiment that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Even though we have laws and we get along to an extent and we go to work and we live, America really doesn't work. You have different cultures, different ethnicities, different people, different mindsets, all in the same united country, but the most divided it feels like. Yeah. Like, we don't hear about Canadians or Mexicans, or, I mean, even though everybody has their own problems, I feel like it's all internal.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But like with us, not internal, but yeah, I guess internal. But with us, it feels like it's external. Like, I don't like you because you look this way. I don't like you because you voted for this person. Yeah. I'm just like, this is so odd to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you think about it deep, of course,
fear.
It's
fear
like,
is so powerful.
Like, cultures are cultures for a reason. Like, people are not going to get along. Period. Yeah. Even though we're all humans, if I like something and your culture despises that, how can we get along if we're still in the united country? Yeah. It won't work.
Well, still, did you watch the latest South Park episode or special that was about the Ozempic and all that stuff?
No, I'm trying to watch it from start to finish. I'm on the very first or second season of South Park.
The latest episode or special is about Cartman and them navigating the American healthcare system because Cartman wants to get on Ozempic. His insurance won't cover it, and Kyle is helping him navigate the American healthcare system. Mm-hmm. And it's the most real, raw, depressing thing you will ever see. I suggest you watch it. It's like 5 minutes. You can watch it on YouTube, but it's like they go into the insurance company, and it's like bright and shiny and new and everything like that. And this is the perfect metaphor for just how everything in America is run. Because it's bright and shiny. It's like, oh, are you here to give us money as the insurance company? And they're like, no, we're here to file a claim. Oh, right this way. And they turn the corner, they go in this room, and it's run by a guy behind a desk with a fax machine. It's like beep, beep, beep on dial up.
And that's I mean, I don't know how it is now, but that's how I heard how we treat our veterans.
Yeah.
With the VA and shit.
Yep.
They hardly get anything. And that, for people to say you need to be more American or don't kneel during the... Why is there veterans out here saying, help a vet, or I'm hungry, or...
Yeah.
What is... I feel like those people should make more, or at least be taken care of more than athletes, entertainers. Hey,
but you know what? We're going to be saved because they just announced they're going to pledge $500 billion to help AI in the U.S.
AI? Artificial intelligence?
Yeah, Trump just, or what do you call it, pledged $500 billion of our budget.
Imagine $500 billion
AI for infrastructure in the U.S.
Imagine $500 billion for the poor people.
Hope you guys like Canva Pro.
the kids who don't have parents.
I mean, GPT's free, guys. Come on.
Yeah, man. It's really interesting how the world works. And people are so terrified, oh, they may put us back in concentration camps and blah, blah, blah. If the only thing they can do is kill...
They're already doing the salute.
Right. I watched it and I thought it was funny because...
I thought it was a joke. I thought it was AI. I thought that was AI. I was like, no, he did it twice.
Yeah. No,
he did it twice!
when he did it twice, it cracked me up. But that's the thing. He's so bad built.
Yeah.
It's like... What if he didn't really mean it to look like that? It's just his body not being able to do things. But when he said, my heart goes out to everybody, when he hit his chest and did that, I was like, I can see where it means I'm giving my heart out to people. But this right here, that was, I would have did this. I don't know, man.
Elon Musk is built like a 4X shirt, you get a DXL, and you get in, you're like, oh, I must have been going down to a 3XL. No, it's just relabeled.
Right.
It's a mislabel. It's like when they got rid of supersize, and all of a sudden the extra large was just labeled large. That's Elon Musk's body build.
I don't know, man.
It's still the same tall cup.
Yeah, after McDonald's put they large, but their cup is not as a large anymore. Pissed me off.
Yeah.
Bring back old McDonald's. I want to be obese, okay? No, I don't, guys.
But at the same time, you can't get that because old McDonald's had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
That was good.
Yeah.
See, the best jokes is the ones you don't laugh at, but you feel it. Yeah. You know, it makes you feel good. That was a feel-good joke. Because I wasn't even thinking about that. But yes, man, so after being banned at the Looney Bin, what kept you motivated? Or
I found out like 6 years later, like, that guy was doing it to a lot of people. He was
just being a dick.
Basically, he was getting, like, a revolving door of people. Like, basically, the more people that he got in, the more mic time he got. And like just ways to get people out and stuff like that, or people he felt threatened by. He was fucking over. Yeah, that's fucked up. Cool. Fuck you, dude. Yeah. Anyway, like 16 years later, or around that, like a couple years later, I kind of got the itch again. You know, I got divorced. COVID kind of happened, and then like, I'm the kind of person that like when the stimulus money happened, when Biden bucks happened.
Yeah.
When all that happened, I paid off my house. I paid off my car. I didn't buy big TVs or anything like that. Like it was at the end of my second divorce.
I did.
And like, well, I mean, like we split a little bit.
Divorce?
Yeah, I've been divorced twice.
Shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, you did. I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
One's a trooper, one's a cunt. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Describe now. Anyway, no, but we were just incompatible. We're still best friends. Maybe my second wife, like she lives a block behind me now, and we have 50-50 custody of our daughter, and she walks between the two places, and when like we share, and like. We're great, and we're good friends with her new husband and stuff. Like, we have a good, like, co-parenting system with them.
Yeah.
But, anyway, like, at the tail end of that, I was like, I own the house, I own the car. If I keep my bills low, I can kind of start going for my dreams again. Or, like, I want to see what my dreams are. And I was like, I want to entertain. I want to build something. I want to, like... And then I started getting this itch of, like, okay, if I want to get back into comedy, I got to do it in a way that nobody can take it away from me again. So I got to build something to have a base. And during COVID, this epiphany moment happened to me, fucking Jules, where I always say, and this will probably be something like, honestly, I want to like get etched on my tombstone or something. I say, it's so geeky and stupid, but like I say this all the time. Podcasts are like open mics. There's a million of them, but how many of them are actually fucking good? How many of them actually have talent or people actually putting effort behind them? Any comic or anybody can fucking do a comic or it could buy what we buy to run this stuff. Yeah. How many people have fucking talent or the drive to do it weekly or to put it out, to do the things that me and you do, and also be entertaining enough to keep people fucking listening?
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I mean?
Because people don't fuck with mine.
Not yet.
Watch my podcast, man.
Hey,
I say good things.
Hey. It's all building towards something.
That is true.
Fuck with don't be self-deprecating, bitch.
But see, so there was this thing Cat Williams said a while back ago.
Okay.
And he was like, I think he was talking about Tiffany Haddish or something like that. But he was like, if everybody is saying the same thing, and if you're saying something different, you deserve a special.
Yeah.
Because I hate the balloon pop videos that you. I think that's the most degrading shit in the world. Yeah. Or other people going up to people, hey, what's your most embarrassing experience?
Yeah.
Or what's your most sexual experience?
Yeah.
That shit to me is so corny. But people watch it. People enjoy it. And we haven't seen her suck a dick. No. So I don't.
Dude,
she could literally be ass.
Did you see the latest photo of her? After her meme coin robbed people of hundreds and thousands of dollars. She fucking just made off with thousands of dollars of people's fucking money.
Gangster.
On a meme coin. She was finally she restarted, because she as soon as that happened, she took all the money, she went dark on all social medias, everything.
I definitely would. I would never come back ever again.
They finally got a photo of her, and she's lying on a beach in a $30,000 Versace bikini top. It's so expensive of just a bikini top, and she's just on the beach with her sunglasses. That's the only photo they found of her 3 weeks since she got everybody $1,000.
I'm not the one that advocates for violence. But I'd pay some pigeons to go fuck her up.
Yeah.
Or no, seagulls. Seagulls are vicious.
Well, I will just say I'm not one to slut shame or anything. I support everybody's right to fuck whoever you want in 2025. But I'm just saying, you can't say she fucked her way to the top because she didn't.
She just fucked over people to the top.
No, what was she famous for? Hawk Tuah. That's not fucking.
True.
That's a different set of skills.
True.
That's a Liam Neeson movie you want to see. A particular set of skills.
I don't know. Kim Kardashian was the first hot too.
I don't know. I'd watch her get taken.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Shout out to...
Subscribe now.
I don't know. Liam Neeson, man, he said some racist things. I don't think he said some racist things, but he was going to beat up a black person if he saw them. He like walking up and down the street. Hold on. Where do you live if you don't see a black person?
That was the most random thing to admit ever. He got shit-faced after like somebody got, like a friend of his got
beat up
or robbed or something like that, and he just assumed it was like a black person or something like that. So he was like, the next black person I see, I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of him.
And he said he walked up and down the street for weeks,
like looking for one.
Where do you live where you don't see black people for a week? For weeks.
Dublin.
Dublin. Hey man,
they call it Black Irish.
See, I love me some black women.
They get cold and it's the black ice.
That's funny.
That's
funny. Black life.
Is that appropriation?
I don't know. Have you seen that Key and Peele skit when they were talking about white snow and black ice?
Vaguely.
Well, it was similar. But anyway, like I said, I love black women down, but there's something about those pale white women with the red hair and the carpets matching drapes. Nigga.
Yeah, I mean, I can
that right there.
I can get down with some melanin.
I think it's the visual that it is, because like really pale with like dark or deep red.
Yeah,
and then the coochie's like all nice.
The areolas.
Man,
just like pepperoni pizzas.
I want them damn near clear. Because these white women that have like tint to them
and the freckles.
Yeah, and the freckles. That's where. Anyway,
I love how we're like going off and you're just like Coachy.
Coach, it's the best thing. It's the best thing out. This is the best thing out. I've been looking at these women's OnlyFans. It ranged from $5. I think the highest I saw was $25. I said, "Ho, I'm not paying $25." But the beauty about the interweb is there's loopholes to things, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not the type of nigga, I don't want to see new content of you. If I can just see any content of you, I am fine. So X had like sometimes they be posting their nudes on there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it be like on Reddit and shit, and I'm just like, see, I think I have a porn addiction. Okay, I do have a porn addiction because to me it's not even about like the satisfaction. It's just I just want to see what this bitch look like naked.
It's an addiction if it impairs like your day-to-day life or like it like
no. I get okay. So I guess it's not. It's a hobby. I
guess. It's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
You're a porn hobbyist.
There is, man, because like I think it's just the variety, man. Like porn is like anime, man. You have fighting, you have fantasy, you have what is the other one? Kinks. Yeah. Kinks scare me, man.
I'm just saying though, man. Like. I need to. This is probably something I need to work into a bit, but fuck it, I'll just throw it out here. Like, I love you, Jules. I'm throwing out shit here. He's not even fucking polished, but like, I had this epiphany the other day that like, did you, like you fuck with Pornhub and stuff like all that? Have you seen like that?
See, I don't fuck with Pornhub no more because they're making me. View my identification.
That's what I was about to say. Is like recently there was laws where like Pornhub and all these things are banned in Oklahoma and Texas and stuff like that, right? So you got to get to these VPNs. You got to buy a VPN or something like that if you want to get to the fucking Pornhub and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I don't want to run for president. And he was like, he's looking up big booty bitches when he was 26.
I want to see the correlation of how much the profits are on the VPN market versus how many people needed to whack off. Kind of like how like the profits happened to marijuana when it became legal in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Man, once Oklahoma became legal, the next month there was like 30 dispensaries. Yeah. And I was like, where did y'all come from?
I was always laughing at the joke back in the day before it became legal was like there's more churches here than there are Starbucks.
Yeah.
McDonald's combined. Now there's more dispensaries than churches, McDonald's, and Starbucks combined. And I'm saying churches as in religious and chicken.
That's funny as hell.
Same amount of black people, though.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
It's not racist if it's true.
Man, it's not. It's just statistics at this point.
Yeah.
Can't argue with numbers.
I mean, I watched Remember the Titans, y'all. Okay?
And I loved it.
Yeah.
Especially
when that kid got in the car wreck. I was like, yeah.
He got in a 2 car wreck because he died.
Yeah.
In another car wreck. It's not funny.
I know. But at the same time, he started off really fucking racist.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like,
I hope he died.
Yeah. You're kind of like, how many points did he score, though?
Yeah. That's the thing, man. Like, sometimes you got to put your pride aside for money. Vince McMahon, I mean, he's very controversial, but he hired people who cussed him out, who went against him.
Yeah.
Made billions. He was like, okay, yes, you did me wrong, but you need me now.
I mean, one of the most famous lines in wrestling was Eric Bischoff said, controversy creates cash.
Yeah. Man, what did he say? Like, how many weeks did he beat Raw?
83 weeks.
83 weeks. Yeah, he has an 83-week podcast. And I was like...
That's everything his brand is about and everything like that, yeah.
And I was like, I remember you on Raw, like, on WWE, though. So it's like, did you really win in the long run?
No. Who Killed WCW? That, if you ever watched that, there's a series called Who Killed WCW, and it's like everybody just talking about it, especially Kevin Nash, which was funny because if you watch the documentary, Kevin Nash admits that like behind the scenes he took a shitload of edibles before he filmed the doc. So like he's filming the doc, and he's just sitting there like, oh no, he was just like, it happened, man.
Yeah,
Kevin Nash is a fuck.
Man. He's just big, like tall as fuck, big as fuck. That's funny, but. I thought WWE and WCW, I thought they were the same, like how Raw and SmackDown were. Yeah. I thought they were the same thing.
Well, Vince bought it.
Yeah, at a certain point. Okay.
WCW was Turner Broadcasting and stuff like that, and then AOL bought Time Warner and they merged. And then that was, if you don't know anything about like AOL and Time Warner, that big merger that happened like right at 2000s, AOL was like the internet back in the day. Like, as we talk about AOL internet now, like everybody was like, that was like what we just called the internet. We called it AOL. Like everybody had to get on AOL, get online. It was the company of the future. It was foreseen as being like $1 billion company forever. Nobody thought it would just die. And then it bought Time Warner and all this stuff and became AOL Time Warner. And then it's like regarded as one of the biggest blunders in like catastrophe or like money history or something like that.
Damn.
Of like, as soon as it happened, the AOL brand kind of went shit because then DSL and all that stuff started coming out, and dial-up suddenly was like not popular. And it was like they had to start dumping companies, so they had to sell. They gutted WCW. They basically sold the library to Vince for like $20 million.
Damn,
it was cheap. It was sudden really really cheap.
Yeah,
and Vince was like, yeah, just chump change, just to say he owned it.
Right.
And WCW died because it was mismanaged by like Eric Bischoff and stuff. They had no real power, and then like the top guys, Hogan, Hall, and Kevin Nash. They had in their contracts that they had creative control over their characters. So whoever was booking the fucking show, if they didn't like it, they're like, yeah, I don't like that, brother.
Right.
I'm just not going to do that.
Man, I'm glad he got booed on the first Monday Night Raw.
And then Punk with his promo on Monday. Did you watch it?
Oh,
he was like, I'll knock Hulk Hogan's dry ass out of the Rumble, and I'll kill Hulkamania out for good or something like that.
Damn. Man, see, after
he called him his dusty ass. He said, I'll knock his dusty ass out of the ring.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Once CM Punk went to the UFC and got his ass whooped twice, I stopped.
I
used to like him. I used to like him, man. Like, remember that feud? I forgot who he was feuding with, but he pretended to be drunk and then came out.
Jericho.
Yeah. Yep. Jericho's a part of everything. Yep. Go away, Jericho, man.
It was a Jack Daniels bottle because CM Punk straight edge. I kind of have this encyclopedic knowledge of stuff. I'm a reference comic. And
that's where AJ came from. The girl.
Yeah, AJ Lee.
Yep. Man, she was psycho, but I was digging.
And now they're married.
Really?
Punk and AJ have been married forever.
Oh, like good for them.
So that was the thing. That's the reason. That's honestly one of the reasons that she won't come back. Still, there's rumors she might. Mm-hmm. When Punk left WWE, she was still there. On their wedding day, it had been like 6 months since he walked out. Nobody at WWE had even talked to him. On their wedding day, WWE faxed his termination papers.
Just dicks.
Yes, they faxed it in like 2012. Who faxes even then?
I don't know.
They did it just to be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And to that day, she's like, that's bad. They're just evil. Like, you know, like, who does that? Like, they did some really scummy shit.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing, man, with like the internet and media now.
Yeah.
You are now getting the inside view of WWE. So, or just entertainment period. And I feel like the next 10 years is going to evolve to where it's now more loving towards everyone, because I was talking to Castro and I was like, man, Triple H, he probably has kids that are like my age, a little bit older, that are now experiencing the things that we're experiencing. He and his generation, his father-in-law, they're used to racism. They're used to like no cameras around type shit. And now I feel like it's more embracive for people of just different.
It's inclusive.
There it is, inclusive. Yeah, and I think it will be better. And I feel like
at the same time, like that's kind of I'm not the only one that feels kind of this way. AEW brought this thing. Like, if you don't know what AEW is, people don't know. It's the number 2 company in wrestling. Yeah, it's been around for like 5 years. It's basically on TNT and TBS. It's the number 2 wrestling promotion in the world, basically, now in short terms. But the thing that some people like me kind of feel, it's like, you know, people that have like a hard time separating the artist from the art. Mm-hmm. Like, an artist like Kanye can have controversial opinions, and some people are like, I don't want to listen to Kanye anymore. Or some people are like, boycott Harry Potter because of what JK feels. You know what I mean?
What does she feel?
JK is very anti-trans. JK Rowling is...
But didn't she make... Oh, no, that's Lord of the Rings. No. Dumbledore. Isn't he gay?
Yes. She's okay with gay and stuff like that. JK Rowling is famously pro-female of two sexes and, like, she considers herself a true feminist, and what that means is, like, she thinks it's a degradation to real women, quote unquote, to label a trans person as a woman and saying like they have the same struggles as a quote unquote real woman. That's her point of view of like you're kind of lower, you're lowering what I've gone through, my pains and struggles, by just kind of like co-opting it now.
Hey.
And that's her point of view.
Men are such dicks.
I know.
We'll do it.
I know. Basically, that's her point of view. And basically, people everywhere say that she hates trans people, and some people are like, boycott Harry Potter because of what JK feels. And a lot of people have a hard time separating the art from the artist.
Didn't she already make millions?
Yes.
She don't give a fuck about
Which is even hilarious. Like, if you play the newest Harry Potter game called Hogwarts Legacy, it's set in, like, the 1890s, okay? It is right at this, like, the Industrial Revolution. Like, they still have lantern lights and stuff like that.
Oh, damn, okay.
It is old-timey, right?
Imagine being a wizard and you still use a lantern. It's crazy.
But you get to play as a kid going into the 5th year of Hogwarts, and you get to go through Hogsmeade, through the little villages and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
In Hogsmeade, in the 1890s in England, there is a trans bartender.
Interesting.
And it's almost like they and like, of all the NPCs in the entire game, this random trans bartender has a quest line and has like a whole bunch of dialogue that you have to interact with. And it's almost like the developers were like, fuck JK, we're going to make sure this is like, we're going to shoe her in inclusion. Yeah. And that's what my problem is sometimes with inclusion, is like, when it's like, it's inclusion just to ram it down your throats, it doesn't fit naturally. You know what I mean? It's not consensual.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not consensual inclusion.
And see, that's the thing with
consensual inclusion. Put that on a t-shirt.
I love everybody.
Right? I do too.
But there's certain things I can't get jiggy with, right? Yeah. Like, don't make Superman black if the nigga's not black. You feel me?
That's the way I feel.
Don't make people something that they're not.
I hate like checklists.
Man,
I don't want a checklist on things just to say if that thing is going to pass a QR or PR check.
Right. Like they put... Did you watch the new season of Squid Game?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Well, there's a trans person in Squid Games, and I'm like... If that person dies, now it's controversial. Yeah. But if they live some more, it's more controversial. Yeah. It's like, what are y'all trying to do? What are y'all trying to prove? Like, we understand people exist. We understand people need to feel included. But fuck. Yeah. Like, can we just... Separation, it shouldn't be seen as a bad thing. Yeah. Like, if there was a place in Tulsa where all black people can just live...
Yeah.
That had, like, good place, like... I'm not going to... Because there's some... Chris Rock said it the best. There's black people and then there's niggas. If the black people live somewhere and the niggas went to go live somewhere
would the richer ones perhaps live on something like a Black Wall Street?
I don't know. If they don't bomb it this time.
Yeah, that idea is burning.
Man, yeah. Fuck them. Yeah. Not the black people. The people who bombed it.
Did you ever watch The Watchmen show on HBO?
I did. Oh, not the show.
Oh,
I watched the movie. I'm on like episode 1 or 2 on the Watchmen show.
The Watchmen show shows like the fucking Tulsa bombing or the Tulsa.
I think I saw
the Black
that.
Tulsa.
Yeah,
it has the Black Wall Street shit, and that happened in Watchmen, and I mean, you've lived in Tulsa in this Oklahoma area. It's kind of hush-hush. They don't really talk about it a lot. Yeah. Now, in modern times, they kind of do more. Mm-hmm. But that was the first time in pop culture. It went viral on Twitter and stuff. People were like, they thought it was made up for the show. They thought it was just part of the Watchmen universe, because, like, Watchmen universe is like an alternate 1984 where, like, Nixon had, like, a fourth term and stuff like that. Yeah. So they thought, like, the Black Wall Street stuff was just part of the Watchmen universe. Nobody had any idea this ever happened in Oklahoma.
You know what's great? A lot of... I've heard celebrities say they had no idea as well. And I mean, I wouldn't have had no idea if I didn't live here.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So, okay, let me go back to the include. So, I feel like if trans people or people are part of that community, if y'all want y'all own shit... Make your own shit. Yeah. You feel me? Because I don't feel like it is necessary. Like if I was a movie person or whatever, and I didn't feel like these characters needed to be in the movie, I don't want to feel like I'm obligated to.
That's feel what me? I'm saying.
I want everybody to feel included because of the personality.
Yes.
Not because of the choices they make.
Well, it's like that game, like I brought up Hogwarts Legacy. It's a role-playing game, RPG. You create your own characters. So you can create male, female, you can create they even go so far as like let you change your tone of voice.
Yeah.
So if you want to make a trans character with like a male or female voice and presenting, you can do whatever you want. I love that. You're making your own character.
Right.
But if you're then role-playing us into 1890s England...
Right. It's not historically accurate.
It's not historically accurate to have the one fucking three broomsticks bar
and a bartender
suddenly have the chatty trans person who's like, and everybody's like, we're so inclusive, we accept you. Like they go out of the way to make this a quest line. It's like, what?
But see, so I was playing. I don't know if you played it.
It's mascotting them. It's mascotting them.
Yeah, that is true.
Because to me, it feels more demeaning to the trans act. You're propping them up.
I played Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you played that.
No, I even though it's free on PlayStation right now, I still haven't even downloaded it.
I'm playing it for free. It's good. Like, the story is good.
Until they kill Batman.
I don't know. That was pretty gangster. Like, I was pretty sad, but the way he died was pretty gangster.
The way he died is gangster, but just like if you grew up as a Rocksteady fan and played all the Arkham Knight games, and they say, like, this is canon, this is the same Batman from those games.
Oh, really?
Yes, this is a continuation of the Rocksteady Arkham franchise.
Oh, well, fuck.
So, they took all of that story in that Batman, they're like, oh yeah, and now you're just going to kill him.
Yeah.
And it was like, and also, that was the last performance of fucking, Kevin Conroy as Batman, and they make him go out like that, and it's like,
At least he got killed by Harley, though.
Dude, that was a game I took off a pre-order because even like I don't know if you know this, Killer Shark is played by Samoa Joe.
Yep.
And I was like,
he was good in that.
I love Samoa Joe. I'm a big fan. I have some of his stuff, and like I have fond memories of going to NXT and seeing him live. And like I'm a big Samoa Joe guy, literally. But like, yeah, I saw him in that, and I was like, I love this game, and I actually took it off a pre-order because like this. The early leaks and stuff were like, oh no.
Yeah, a lot of people, because I remember covering it on the Comic Cons.
Yeah,
they were talking about we're going to add to it, we're going to have more customization, we're going to not give up on this game, and now you hear nothing about it.
It turned quickly into the Avengers.
Yeah,
the Marvel's Avengers game,
which is great. Like when you think about it, these games should have been like Avengers. Yes. You get to play as the gangster, but it just doesn't.
It's because of what everybody wants a live service game, and they don't understand how to do a live service. If you cram it into a $70, you can't have both. People want the Fortnite live service experience. All these games, because like games are so expensive, and like it's just pop culture now, and like the way we live in society, everything has to be a sure bet. Everything's done by risk. What's in theaters right now? It's Marvel movie number 25. It's the sequel 5 times of Mission Impossible or whatever. Yeah. Everything is what's the last original movie you saw that was in theaters that was a big hit? It's rare. I mean, they are out there, but they're few and far between. They have to be these big blockbuster things that are going to be bringing back the money. They have to be guaranteed hits, and they also have to be kind of clean to also be showing in China. Like they just announced that like Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to be the first Marvel movie that's going to be shown in China in like 3 years.
Oh wow!
And that's going to bring up another like $500 million to its budget, to its fucking thing, just because it's showing in China.
Yeah, but see where I was getting at with the whole inclusive thing. See,
yeah, we're kind of just rambling.
No, it's fine. I like rambling, and then like because I feel like podcasting everything ties back into one. But the game did really well. So at the Hall of Justice, I believe that they are at. They're at somewhere like the HQ, right, where Amanda and everybody is. When you leave to go to your mission, there is the whatever flag that community uses, and it says we accept all heroes or something like that with the flag. And I was like, that's a great inclusion thing, instead of just like, because again, and that's why I was going back to America really doesn't work, because what if in my religion, where in the Constitution it says I have the right to practice that, what if these people are going against what I believe, and now I have to experience this on like day to day, or if I call somebody the wrong gender, now I'm the bad person. And it's like America really is just throw everything in there, shake it up, and tell them they need to make it work.
It's almost like we should have really listened to that separation of church and state.
Yeah, like let people do what they want to do, but it's like you said, inclusion is so fucking difficult to do. Well, right, because I want people to feel loved, but on the other hand, it's like you're always neglecting somebody, right? So like,
you have a PS5. Have you played any of the latest Spider-Man games?
The newest. The only one I played was Miles.
Okay, you know Miles dates a deaf girl in that game. I don't know if you know that. There's a girl Haley who's deaf in the Spider-Man games.
Oh no.
And in the Miles Morales game, like, he kind of like talks to her and stuff like that. She's like an NPC.
Oh, didn't she die or something in the Miles game?
She's still there.
One of his best friends died though, because didn't she go up in the air and like blow up or something?
She's the Tinkerer. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So like this other girl, she's deaf. She's a cute little black girl, and like she gives him like a winter outfit and stuff like that because he helps the community. Mm-hmm. And in Spider-Man 2, spoiler alert, they start dating and kind of hint a little bit. Mm-hmm. Well, there's an entire like 30-minute section of the game where they just make you be Haley the deaf girl. And go through the game, not as Spider-Man, Miles, or anybody, but just going through the game with no sound and going through visual cues and stuff and using the D-pad to be like, yes, this is how we do inclusion. And it's like...
I think, in my personal... I've never been deaf.
Yeah.
But I think a deaf person would want to be Spider-Man than a deaf person.
So, the best part of that was everybody got on Reddit and stuff, and the deaf people were like, bro, all we asked for was accessibility menus. Just give us some options for like text to speech. You know, like just give us subtitles. We're good.
Imagine. Hold on. That's funny as fuck. How would a deaf person know the volume is off?
Yeah.
While you're playing as a deaf person.
Yes. So it's like
it's so confusing.
So the best part that somebody I had this joke, and I bet it's been done before, but like Marvel Rivals, I talked to you earlier. I'm addicted to it. Mm-hmm. It's a third person game,
right?
Good thing it's not like Overwatch where it's first person, right?
Okay.
Because it would have sucked when they added Daredevil.
Oh, that's funny. For y'all who don't know, Daredevil can't see. Well, that echolocation would have been games.
I'm just saying, if they it's the old joke of like, hey guys, did you hear they're making a first person Daredevil game? And then they show the first screenshot and it's just a black screen.
Yeah, but when you sent me that picture and was like, how's he know what color to wear?
Yes,
I had to tell Casper that shit was funny. I was like, he is right. But when you said putting Braille on the helmet, I was like, oh,
he probably has like Braille or something like that just to tell. Like,
speaking of Daredevil, I'm
rewatching it currently right now.
Okay, did you see the new trailer?
Yes, it's amazing. It's caused me to go through I'm on season 2 of Daredevil now.
Good. But the TV show, in my opinion, was way better than the movie.
The Ben Affleck movie? Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's horrible.
Man, because the one on... Was it CW with the Daredevil?
No, that's always going to be DC, the CW.
Okay, so what was Daredevil?
Daredevil was a 2003 movie with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner.
I'm talking about the TV show.
TV show was on Netflix, and it's...
Was it always on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
It was right after the MCU launched, and it was around 2012 or so, and it's Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio and all them.
That was good, and I found it fascinating that they brought the cast back.
Yes.
Because after years, man, it's kind of probably hard to do.
Well... That's the kind of weird thing. It's like you saw the last Spider-Man movie where Daredevil showed up as his lawyer.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Holy shit, Charlie Cox!"
And he caught that.
Yeah, he got that brick. I just watched that scene with my daughter yesterday. My 8-year-old. I wanted to show her a little bit because like she can't watch Daredevil, but she wanted to know who he was. I was like, "I'll show you the clip." And like he catches that brick, and Spider-Man's like, "How did you do that?" He goes, "I'm a really good lawyer." I'm like, that's a great writing. That is great writing.
Great, yeah.
But like he the season 1 is fucking phenomenal. Season 2 is really good. It introduces the Punisher. But the interesting thing he brought up is like, yeah, they're bringing back the cast, right? Mm-hmm. But ever since that scene where he showed up in Spider-Man, they've never confirmed if the Netflix shows, even though they actually technically bought them back and they have them on Disney Plus now, are canon to the MCU. They've never acknowledged if they were actually a canon or not. And then even whenever he showed up in Spider-Man, people were like, well, he might just be a multiverse. They never confirmed it.
Yeah.
And then even when they announced this Born Again show, or whatever, the Daredevil was Born Again? Daredevil Born Again, I think it is?
I believe it is, yeah.
They didn't even bring back Foggy or Karen. They just had D'Onofrio and Matt, and they still wouldn't confirm if this was still the same Netflix people. Or if it's just them as the same people, but just a new reimagining.
Yeah.
So then they shot the show. They filmed the whole thing, and then they still didn't bring back Karen and all them. And apparently, it wasn't going to be connected. They were just going to redo them. And then that tested bad. So they did another like 2-3 months of reshoots, and then brought them back, and then made it canon.
Yeah.
And so this latest trailer is showing all the canon stuff. I'm like, yeah, we've changed our minds.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with kind of how they did Blade in the Wolverine and Daredevil or Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
Because of course, Blade with 3 movies.
Yeah.
And they did well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And years of nothing, no Blade, no nothing. And when he was like, there's only been one Blade. Yeah. And I feel like that now tied it into like it being canon and things like that.
Because all the backstage drama or the drama with Marshall Ali and like him hating the script. He is attached to that script. And apparently they went through like 4 scripts and he's hated every one and he's like, this sucks. Oh, shit. And so that's why it's been delayed so much.
Man. But they've been dropping some new Blade comics that are pretty
He's coming to Marvel Rivals.
Okay. Yeah, Blade. Yeah, that's going to be a good time.
Because right now, the big bad is like Dracula's taking over New York. And so, like, you're in this, like, eternal nightfall. And, like, you're, like, one of the maps is, like, the Fantastic Four Baxter Building. And, like, another one is, like, the Sanctum Sanctorum of Doctor Strange. And, like, then like, Dracula's made it all dark. And then, like, eventually Blade will be added to the game to help fight Dracula.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. This game, like, dude, they keep adding, like, characters, like one or two a week or every couple of weeks.
Yeah, and that's going to be... I think it's going to have a lot of success, especially if you have, like...
It's making so much money already.
Yeah,
it's already made, like, 500... It was a massive amount of money in, like, the first month it's been launched.
Man, that's crazy. Well, getting back into comedy, when was your first stand-up in front of people? How did it go? What was your feelings like? And
back? After I got banned and I came back?
Yeah.
So, I came back... At this point, it was, like, 14 or 15. It was, like, 2 years ago. I was like, I got the itch. You know, I told you like earlier, I wanted to build this stuff. I wanted to have the podcast. I wanted to, if I was going to go back to comedy, I wanted to have a base.
Right.
So I started watching. That's what I was going to talk about earlier. It's like I watched all these comedians and podcasters that were trapped during COVID, and like people like Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura. Those are people who were like they were really good, like stage comics, and then they were trapped. Mm-hmm. They couldn't go out. They couldn't do anything, and then they needed an outlet, and they poured it into their podcast and made them actually entertainment. They actually made them good content. Mm-hmm. And that's when I started studying and learning. I was like, okay, I could probably do that. I can study these camera angles. I started taking notes on like how they're doing this stuff. I was like, this is possible. Like I can do this. I started watching behind the scenes. Like I started noticing. It felt like watching the end of the Lego movie when Chris Pratt's character starts being like, I am the special. And he starts seeing all the fucking shit. And you can see all the fucking like the diagrams and stuff. Like Neo like seeing the lines in the Matrix.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like that. I was like, oh, I can see how that works. The camera angles, the lighting, and stuff like that. It clicked in my mind. Why there's so many breaks in certain episodes? Oh, because somebody had to take a shit, or somebody said something that needed to be cut. That's why there's a commercial break every like 30 seconds. Or like that. Like you start learning behind the scenes like how this stuff works. And I built UnloadingMeat over like those 2 years. Like I wanted to think of the brand. I wanted to have the trademark, the UnloadingMeat.com. I wanted to have it all, so I could have that and go back into comedy. So like as you said, like when did I go back? Like 3 years ago. There was a open mic at Tulsa Comedy Club. Katie Style, shout out Katie Style. She's a fantastic comic. Was hosting it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. Went down there, had really no material really prepared, but I was like, I'll fucking do something. Get up there, and there's like 30 people.
Damn.
And I'm one of the, because I'm new, it's my first time signing up. I'm one of the last 3, so I'm number 27 out of 30. We get down to the final 3 people, and Katie Styles up there, and then all of a sudden, like somebody from the actual club hands her a note. And she's like, reads the note, and she's like, really? And he's like, yeah, sorry, and he walks off. And she goes, I'm sorry, guys, but unfortunately, due to time constraints, the next 3 comics only get 4 minutes instead of 5. Up next, Jared Ralphie Allen. And that's my first time up in like 14, 15 years, and I have to shave a minute off my stand-up as I'm walking up to the stage.
Damn it.
And so I was like, okay. So I get up there, and I proceeded to tell people the differences between how me and my ex-wife gave blowjobs, including me bent over the stool, and I acted out the entire thing in 4 minutes, and got some laughs. It went well, and it kind of got the nerves out. And then I was like, okay, there's something here, at least. That sucked, but it taught me how to... I always try to, like, learn something from it.
Right.
That taught me to be more modular with my sets.
What's modular mean?
Meaning I can break it up in individual pieces. Like, instead of, like, telling a 5-minute story, I need to be able to do, like, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So if I go into a situation where they're like, hey, I need to shave off a minute, I know what minute to shave off. Or if I'm going to tell a 5-minute story, I also have a 4-minute version of that same story, and I know what part to take out.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man, that people don't understand about comedy, is that it is a practice set every time. When I was getting... Well, okay,
to a certain point.
When I was getting into comedy... When I was getting into comedy, I thought everything was real life. I thought everything the comic said really happened.
Yeah.
And
you were a mark like pro wrestlers.
Yeah. So I came to the conclusion that it's not.
Yeah.
So I used to listen to Kevin Hart on Pandora. So there's different, like Kevin Hart, Cat Williams, Earthquake. They would like cycle through, like how songs do.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hart, he would come on.
I kind of saw a correlation there with, you said he cycled through them, but they were all,
Black
of a similar disposition.
Hey, you gotta. I mean, the next black comic is Gary Owens, but no, man. So I was listening to one of Kevin's
Wanda Sykes and
yeah, I don't know. Wanda Sykes is funny on movies. Her
voice annoys the shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah. There's some voices just that tone where I'm sorry, like I don't care how funny you are, and just like that certain pitch where I'm like, it just rubs. It's like nails on chalkboard to me. It's just like,
I feel you. But
sorry,
it's all right. So I was listening to one of his sets, and then the people he used in it was different from the other one I've heard.
Yeah,
and I was like, why did he switch it up? Why? And then when I started to get more into it, it's what is funnier, what sounds more appealing to the audience.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh shit, man, comedy is a lot harder than I thought. Like I was gonna make a joke when I started losing weight. Is like I started looking at fat people like differently, man. Yeah. I was like, go to buffets and be like, come on, guy, you really going for 2 plates? Yeah. Like just things like that. And
it's beats. It's a rhythm.
And of course you have to like switch it up to make it more funny or to make it more stand outish.
Yeah. It needs to be memorable. Like, I mean, honestly, I think, dude, like with your background in poetry and stuff like that, dude, like,
thank you.
Like, you got the beats part, brother. It's a rhythm.
Yeah.
And plus, just your natural disposition of being a black individual, you have the rhythm that will never have.
Hey, hold on. I'm half white. My rhythm is ass. So
hey, I can say I can empathize with people having rhythm, okay?
For sure. But my ex-girlfriend, she was on the Palm team, and she knew how to dance and shit. And she tried to teach me how to dance. I think that's the reason we broke up.
Yeah. Because
she was like, I'm not dating this man. He can't even 1-2 step. And I'm just like, I do other things. I can eat coochie really well. Like you have to start making up for things that you lack.
Which sidebar? That was the one thing that ended my relationship with the one black woman I dated recently. Was like,
where did you get into?
I dated a black woman last year, and we were starting to get hot and heavy. I thought things were going well, and then I offered to go down on her, and she was like, "Oh, I don't do that." And I was like, what? She goes, yeah, I don't do that either way. It's just something I don't do.
You know what's crazy? I met a girl who didn't like her coochie ate because I guess some guy said something bad about it. And I was like...
There was a stigma to her. She was like, so I just don't do that. And like, honestly, I don't want to reciprocate it either. And I was like, well, like... not that I'm like bad.
With somebody for not sucking dick is funny.
Well, what I'm saying is like I want to go by compatibility, and I'm just saying like this ain't getting past date number 3. If I'm gonna say like, well, this ain't getting past date number 3 if neither one of us are getting 8 out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm not eating coochie or she's not sucking dick, that ain't lasting more than one date. I got fucking like happiness demands, bitch.
Man. See, that's the thing, man. Like women, y'all think So second dick, I've never done that, right? But I like.
It's fun when it's consensual.
Hold on, I'm getting a little too. I haven't smoked today, so like
no diddy.
Man, thank you. There we go. But anyway, so
hey, you want to cheers?
Cheers to us with the.
We have weed. We're so douchey. This is the bougiest thing I've ever bought myself.
Man, see, I wanted to feel more bougie, and I did when I got this. I want a longer one though. Pause for like the marijuana.
I'm bisexual, so mine has a purple velvet glove.
I like that purple though.
Yeah,
matches your hair. Well, it kind of matches your hair.
Did I tell you I already have a joke for my hair?
Do you really?
Yeah, because like I dyed my hair pink and purple, and like somebody was like, "Oh, you're like the Pink Pony Club." Do you know what that is? The song,
like My Little Pony?
No, there's a popular song called "Pink Pony Club" by Chapel Roan.
Oh no!
It's like Pink Pony Club. It's a pop song right now. Oh shit!
That's one thing about these fucking things. Once you have them long enough, they're just loosey goosey.
Yep.
But what I was saying, so
what I was looking at is like the Pink Pony Club is basically a gay club.
Oh, okay.
It's a girl. She's like this generation's version of Lady Gaga. It's a straight white woman that basically dresses in drag, and like the drag-esque look,
right?
To look like look big and pomp and stuff like that. Anyway, her song's about Pink Pony Club, about how she wants to go dancing and singing at the gay club. Because a lot of women feel safe at the gay club. It's just a thing about it. Women feel safe at gay clubs. So I want to say, someone was like, "Oh, you're like the Pink Pony Club." I was like, "No, I'm like the Purple Stud Farm."
Purple Stud Farm. Sorry, I don't get. Is it a gay joke?
Yeah.
I don't get gay jokes, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But when I was eating coochie, ladies, is not for you.
He's so not gay. He had to bring up coochie again.
Right. Like I love everybody, but this is the thing. Eating coochie is so
fucking KFC double down over here,
man. Eating coochie is so fun because.
Sorry, is that me doing it?
Yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right, man. I've had these for a long time.
Sorry,
it's all right. Yeah, it did hurt a little bit.
No diddy.
But see, yeah, it's so fascinating. I don't like kissing though. I found that out because I
really
yes. So I went on a little, and I think it has to do with my son's mom.
Okay.
She said my
halitosis?
bottom. I'm sorry.
Halitosis?
No. Oh. She really brought a lot of insecurities on myself.
Okay.
So she said my bottom lip was too soft.
Oh.
Right, with kissing. But that's really not the reason. But I think kissing is like an improv thing. Like, I don't know what she's going to do. She don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So it feels weird. I went on this little stint of, I wouldn't call it a hoe phase, but I had sex with like three different women after I broke up with my latest ex.
In a row?
I wouldn't say in a row, but in the course of like 2-3 weeks.
Oh.
Right? Come on, man. We listen, we don't judge. Okay,
subscribe now.
But no, man, and I kissed all three of them, and I'm just like,
that's how you knew it was serious.
Yeah, I was like, nah, bro. I don't know how to have sex, bro. I don't know how to. It's just.
I think you saw a cold sore on one, and you're like, oh, I gotta tell the other two. It was like whack-a-mole,
man. That's some scary. Is once you actually, I had to go update my chart.
Herpes is a whack-a-mole game you don't win,
man. But yeah, man, it's so weird. Like trying to figure out how to kiss or what to do or whose tongue goes in whose mouth and then again, man, like if they got thick saliva in their mouth, I don't know. That shit is just weird. I'd rather eat coochie. Like if the coochie's, I didn't know. Okay, so.
I look at it like eating coochie and shit, man. It's basically like, all those myths they used to say, like, hey, make sure you watch out for those toilet seats at Walmart or something like that. Yeah. And then they came out with like, yeah, you really can't really get much shit out of that.
Yeah. Because I feel like...
I was like, okay, I'm going to go eat ass.
It's right. I didn't understand how close coochie and booty holes was close together. It could be an accident, but once you're there, might as well venture around and see.
It's like the Tootsie Roll Pop. You get 3 licks and you're there.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. But see, I don't know. I need a girlfriend. I need something, man. I think I just need to stop being a bitch and just live my life.
Yeah.
I need to stop thinking about coochie all the time and be rich.
Quit putting coochie on a pedestal, man.
I know. But it deserves to be there.
Nah.
If you've seen it.
Don't be whipped before you even get there, man. Maybe I have a different philosophy as a bisexual male. I have options that you don't. Yeah. Well, you have them, you just choose not to. Pussy.
No,
anyway,
no, you have options. But see, I want coochie to fit my nose how Barnacle or Mermaid Man's did on SpongeBob with the.
Are you ready, kids?
Yeah. And then like you spread it, and then like.
Just a star on your fucking nose.
Yes, like
Coochie. Like Lizzo when she broke that stage.
She broke a stage.
She broke the LED stage. She cracked the LED board on the stage once.
That's crazy.
After she, put that banana in her fucking singer's coochie.
I would definitely eat a banana out of Lizzo's coochie, though.
No,
I would.
Did I ever tell you one of the best jokes I ever... I'm not going to do that.
I do some nasty shit. But what scared me... If you probably just hold it...
I'm trying to hold it. I'm sorry.
Oh, like...
There. If I do like this... Oh. There we go.
Yeah. But... So I've eaten booty and licked some coochie in my day, right? I've licked toes. I've done things.
We've all had a few, toilet paper, little like things get out of our teeth.
Yeah, toilet paper in the coochie was like
happens all the time.
I carry a straw in my back pocket just in case I have to.
That's like all the ladies that talk about like how they don't want to shave and stuff like that. Now you should just take it. And it's like, ladies, honestly, it's a lot easier. Like I manscape, I clean up. Also, I don't know what it is, but like I shave my armpits because it helps my fucking stench a lot.
Really?
Honestly, bro.
I have to use that powder deodorant because like the gel deodorant, I'd be musty.
Oh yeah, it happens to me too. Like I end up shaving them, and it helps a lot.
I didn't know that.
Hair collects fucking moisture or collects the fucking scent stuff.
But see, so I'm not. Okay, hold on. Let me finish my other thought before I get into this. So there was I had sex with this cougar woman. She was like 41, right? One of the best coochies I've had. Okay, so I was nervous. So I was like half hard, half soft. You feel me? So it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Text me back, okay? So I could give you some dick. But anyway.
I was just saying,
So I only had sex with 2 women at that time. I think I talked about it on the podcast before, but only had sex with 2 women. And it's not like they coochies stunk.
Yeah.
They had smells.
It had an aroma.
Yeah. And I thought coochie I thought each woman had a coochie smell.
Yeah.
But this woman here,
she
was like, I just got out the shower, blah, blah, blah. She came over. She rubbed my back, bro.
This wasn't.
With lotion.
This wasn't skim coochie. This was at least 2%.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's 2% better? It was like
not in this situation.
Is almond milk good? I don't know. But no, because like, I don't know how much you eat coochie compared to sucking dick. But
I mean, that black woman did not partake, so man, I mean, it had been a little bit.
2 thumbs down to her.
I know. I offer. I'm a giver. I'm a pleaser.
Yeah, I want to. You feel me? But
I mean, I was sexually assaulted as a kid, so I mean, that's kind of built into my DNA now. At least
I just see older men and was like, "You want me to suck your dick?"
Oh, no, that was my best friend when I was 13. But anyway, now it's consensual, ladies and gentlemen.
Laugh about your trauma, guys. That's the only way to heal.
I mean, that's how basically. If you come back to comedy and you start doing comedy, you'll notice that everybody's just trauma bonding.
Basically,
that's what all stand up is. You gotta, what mental illness and trauma do you have,
man? Hey, you remember? Okay, so, I need to finish this.
If she has a squeaky voice, that means she has been.
About that, guys, I don't pay my Apple subscription for some fucking reason. And now we have a part 2.
Sorry, I had somebody texting me about my card.
That's all right. And now the camera is different, but fuck it, we'll do it live.
Right. We'll do it live. No, I mean, I can bring that up. Like, I just had somebody text me about what that fucking baseball card or basketball card I just picked up.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Do you want to share that on the podcast?
Yeah. So hold on, let me finish these thoughts. Where was I at the beginning?
Coochie.
Oh, that's a great time. Okay, so she came over, right? Yeah. She was like, I got out the shower.
Over you?
I hope she came.
Oh.
But anyway, women, don't be ashamed to tell men that you didn't come, right? Because a real man will make sure you do.
Yeah.
Even after I come, like, I'll be like, you want me to eat your coochie so you can come or something? Like, let me know. You feel me? Because I want us to both be satisfied, right? But anyway, she came over and we started doing things.
Yeah.
Right? I was nervous because she was like my real like sex experience outside of my son's mom.
Yeah.
And one time with another girl. But
did you guys role play as like she's your teacher?
No.
Like it's not statutory rape anymore?
No, we should. We should. But men, for the men out there, or for the women, I don't know if y'all do it too, but as a man, we kiss the inner thigh, right, to make sure the coochie smells good.
Yep.
I was so fucking surprised.
Start with the knee.
The knee is crazy.
Start with the knee.
If you can smell it at the knee,
if you get sex on the first date, if it's already going that way on the first date and neither one of you are modest enough to wait till the second one to see if it's actually going to be a serious relationship, you're just like, I'm going to plow no matter what. Mm-hmm. You start with the knee.
The knee. All right, start with the knee.
If she's a bigger gal, you start with the cankle.
Man,
that comes from me.
See, okay. So, man, so for the people, you kiss in the middle of the thighs. Sometimes when I smoke weed, my taste buds turn off. I can't taste shit.
Yep.
So I was like,
dude, I'm looking all over my pipe and it's literally right here.
I was like, am I high? Is that the way? Like, and I can't smell anything either. But when I'm telling you, she had no smell or taste to this coochie. Yeah. I was like, I can live here.
Yeah.
Right. And it blew my mind. But going back to hairy coochie, it doesn't matter. Like I'm not as big stickler on like hairy coochie. Right. Do your thing. But if you're clean, do your thing. But sometimes hair holds in smell.
Yes.
And it doesn't even have to be it can just be like the sweat smell.
It's pheromones.
It could be, yeah. It could just be, and that right there, especially when like you are really turned on and the coochie starts to warm up and the hair is starting to warm up too. It's not bad being down there, but it's like a firefighter going into a hot building.
However, let's say that you were settling or something like that, and the pheromones are off, and you're not compatible. It makes it worse. If you're really not compatible, if you're trying to just muster it through, and she's got something, and those fucking pheromones are going, it's musty. That's our animalistic lizard brain telling us. It's like the compatibility is telling these people these are not a proper match. Mm. That's hormones.
I know. I need to stop fucking people anyway, man.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, ladies, like, shave down there. Like, guys have standards. Like, sometimes
keep it above the clit.
Hair
above the clit.
I have the problem with the toilet paper. I've had too many women that have the little piece of toilet paper, and I know it gets stuck down there. But like, if I get down there and it looks like, you remember like those like. You know those fucking cheap fireworks that you throw down, they go pop? Yeah. And they're little white things?
Yeah.
If it looks like all those exploded down there on your fucking twat, I'm not eating it.
That's a lot. Either she drinks a lot of water or she don't clean the coochie.
It just looks it looks like Dollar Tree Hershey's Kisses.
Man. Or see.
It's just Hershey's Kiss. You get one kiss.
So here's the thing with
me. It's $1.25.
Right? That's funny. I'm a texture type of nigga, right?
In the pussy?
Well, so hear me out. If she's already turned on and she's like,
let it flow.
I don't. Is it called pre-cumming for women? Like if they're already gooey down there, you feel me? Licking that goo, it feels like fucking.
It's lubrication because they're expecting.
Yeah, bro, it's weird.
Have you ever looked at how a vagina works?
Right, I know, but I have to make it wet to like everything has to like work together.
You gotta preheat the oven before you stick in the turkey. Yeah. Didn't you watch American Pie?
I was young when American Pie came out.
I was too, but I jerked off enough to it to learn.
But you're 10 years older than me, man.
You jerk off into it. You age into it.
Yeah, I feel you.
You come with it.
You come with age.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know what was my other subject I was going to talk about. What were we talking about? We were talking about coochie.
Yeah.
I was going to say maybe as a bisexual male I had just different standards. Like just have standards. Like I don't know. I don't put anybody on a pedestal. Maybe it's because also I'm 36. I'm kind of in the 30s. You kind of go into this. You'll see this. A lot of people have this. When you get into like your 30s and 40s, you start getting into more of like bettering yourself, like who I am, figuring out who you actually are as a person, kind of shit. And as that happened to me, maybe with my past divorces, my past trauma, I've come out the other side of like nobody's gonna change me. I am me. Like Rocket Raccoon and Guardians, where he's like nobody's. What does he say? He's like, there's only one of me or something like that. I am who I am, kind of thing. And so if I get into a relationship or anything, if there's any kind of hint of a woman's like, I want to play these little romantic games, or like I can change him, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm just gone. Like I don't have time for that shit. Like I don't want antics. I don't want theatrics. I don't want the little like games stuff like that, it's just not worth my time.
For sure. And like I was saying, man, I still feel new to like just sex. Period.
Yeah.
Even though I've had sex with. My friend told me the other day, he was like, bro, you have sex with a lot of women now. And I was like, when did it happen? Like, when did all these people start coming around me? But anyway.
When did they start coming? Yeah.
Man, but this lady, it was the 41-year-old. That's why I brought everything up.
Yeah.
She had good coochie. Shout out to you. And that was the first booty I hit from the back, and it was, like, grippable. Because I'm not saying... Okay, so the other... my son's mom and the other girl... They didn't have nice booties. My ex-girlfriend did. She was really nicely proportioned. But this 41-year-old, this had mileage to it, right? It was like, it had memory foam. Like, it knew. And when I'm in this position, I better act out. Right? That's what this ass was doing. And I was like... And then she was throwing it back to her. I'm like, ma'am, you better stop.
You were fucking her in bullet time.
But what's crazy is she's 41. So back then, you can have 2 kids and get your tubes tied. And that's the thing about cougars, right? They're experienced. They're prepared.
They had a life plan. They had shit to do.
And they know how to satisfy you.
Yes.
Do you feel me? She didn't give me head, though, which I thought was really confusing. But I was nervous anyway.
Did she give you the old tuggaroo?
Nah, she didn't.
Ah.
Like, I ate her coochie, and I was like, you know what? Oh, she was really nice, though. Because I was kind of bigger at that time.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying... No diddy, guys. I'm not saying my dick is small or big or, like, medium. I don't know what it is, right? It's mine.
Yeah.
But my thighs still prevent...
Your dick's interracial. We'll leave it at that.
There we go. White wiener. I don't know. Oh, you don't watch Key and Peele.
No, I watched a little bit back in the day.
Well, anyway, they're biracial.
Yeah,
and the guy was like, "Bro, why are you afraid to have sex with this girl?" He was like, "Because I have a white wiener." And the joke, bro, they were comedic geniuses. Because at the end, he was like, "Hey, man, how did it go?" Like, because he finally had sex with the girl, and he was like, "Black vagina." Bro, I fucking died. But anyway. My thighs prevent women to be on top of me as much as I want them to. So it kept slipping out. But she was generous enough to grab it and to put it back in. And I was like, I'm not used to this.
So can I spoil it? Just tell it like real talk. Tell you like my latest like I don't want to say like category or like kink or like just like something I've been like perusing on the porns. The latest thing.
Is it men?
No. Actually, it'll be hetero for you.
How does that... Okay, go say it, and then I got questions. Okay. How does that work?
Okay. So, it's women that are into, like, giving handjobs or blowjobs, but they're into it. As in, they, like... Kind of like how we talked about how we're pleasers. Mm-hmm. They're like getting off because they're making the guy get off.
Oh,
we're like they're like smiling and they're happy. They're like, yeah, you like that, don't you? Like when they're doing that kind of shit. That is like
the JOIs.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, fuck those. There's this girl,
but also it's like so. The other ones I saw was the hand job from behind. Have you ever had a chick do that? It is the sexiest fucking thing you'll ever get.
Probably not, because I don't know. I don't want her by my booty.
No. You guys.
She said from behind.
No,
when she reaches around.
Yes. You guys just lay in the bed and she's basically just putting her legs around your legs.
This is why I want to get small.
Yes, so she just puts her legs around your legs, sits behind you, and she's like has her head behind your thing, and she's like kissing your neck and stuff, and she's just giving you an HJ. And like, it's the most like romantic hot thing. Cause it's basically like she's like using you as she's like a sex ventriloquist, and she's using you as a dick puppet.
That needs to be a joke.
And she's just having you propped up on her coochie, and she's just stroking your dick, and like kissing your neck and stuff. And like honestly, I would tell you this: you're a younger gentleman, so you know how they say like the best women that know how to eat, like lesbians are the ones that eat coochie the best, stuff like that. And like, you know, I would say like men know how to give the best blowjobs. Hands down, I will tell you they are. I've never had a woman give me a head as a man. But I will just say this. I will say, because like you're an expert at what you know what you already have.
I'm only an expert with mine.
Okay?
I don't know about everybody else.
What I'm getting at is like, you kind of know how one works because you have one. You get what I mean?
Right.
It's like I know how to drive a manual transmission because I grew up with Mustangs, okay?
Okay.
I can get around with one.
Right.
Figure out, because I've been around. I've been raised with them.
For sure.
Sure. I've been around a locker room. Okay? So that's how that kind of shit works. You just assume.
Right. Man, so the only thing close I had to that is shout out to my ex, man. Yeah. She was not my son's mom. 2 thumbs down for you. But my ex, she was special. Anyway.
Well, what I was getting at... Oh, sorry, go.
No, it's fine. I hope my future girlfriend don't see this and be like, you miss her. I do. But not when I'm with you, okay? But, so what I
was getting at with that... Well, I'll just finish that. This topic. What I was getting at is, like, they say, like, you know, a woman would be the best one to know a woman, or a man would be the best one to know a man, or something like that. If you get a woman to do that, like, that reach around thing, like, when she's behind you and stuff, and she's kissing your neck, and she's basically, puppeting you, if you pay attention, before you come, she's basically like that movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, showing you how she wants to be touched.
So, she wants a dick?
No, I'm saying if she is behind you and she's in control and she's doing that and she's kissing your neck slowly and she's doing all this stuff and like you like that
that's what
stuff,
she wants.
She's kind of giving you subtly like, this is what she envisions what she thinks is hot. So just kind of do a similar thing to her. And you're kind of halfway there.
Yeah. See, I feel like men need to be
pay attention to those cues.
Yeah, because women are emotional beings.
Yes.
And if you can stimulate the sexual emotion of a woman, it doesn't matter what another nigga looks like, another nigga can do. When she thinks about you and how you make her feel, she ain't going nowhere.
Case in point, like I said, I was watching Daredevil again. Season 2, Daredevil and Karen Page finally, kiss and hook up, and they start dating and stuff a little bit. There's a scene where, every Daredevil thing, he's blind, spoiler alert, there has to be a water scene. There has to be a scene where he meets a girl in the water, because suddenly with his echolocation, he can see because it's rainfall.
Yeah.
It helps him see. So it's a romantic moment for him.
Yeah.
So they finally had that after 2 seasons where, will they, won't they kind of shit, like the Jim and Pam office shit. Will they, won't they hook up? It's rainfall.
When they got together.
Him and Karen come together, and they don't kiss, they don't do anything. She is covered in raindrops and stuff like that, and time slows down, and he can
see her in that blue echo.
Well, no, he can see every individual water drop. He's like, it's time slowing down. He's kind of focusing it. And there's a scene where she's covered in raindrops. There still gets pouring down rain, and he just moves one raindrop on her arm, and it's like, oh, that part's dry. He just does one raindrop subtly, like, gotcha. As that raindrop drops, he cleans that one. And I was like, well, that's not the only thing on her that's wet. Like, that one part, that's just that one subtle move, she was probably like, sploosh.
Yeah. Sploosh.
Like, that's how it takes. It's an emotional connection. Like, that subtle thing. You ever watch Big Mouth?
Nah.
Big Mouth on Netflix, dude. It is a genius show. I wish we had that when we were growing up with, periods and
I'm a
hormones and stuff like that.
I'm a sexual guy, but sometimes I don't like watching sexual things. Yeah, it's so weird. Like cartoons, like when they talk about sex or I don't know. It's just
well, they do a great job of explaining women's point of views and stuff like that, and sex positivity and stuff like that. And there's the thing they have characters a girl writes a romance novel, and the guys start reading it. And they're like, "Where's the fucking?" The chicks say this is all the chicks in the school are reading. They're like, "This is the hottest thing I've ever read."
Yeah,
and teachers are reading it and jerking off to it, and everyone's jerking off to it. And the guys are reading
to kids.
But the guy reads it. And he goes, "Where's all this sex? There's no sex in it." And the girls break it down. It's it's not about the penetration, the actual fucking. It's the longing for it. The forbidden romance. They can't have it. So the book that she's writing is about how she's in love with Gustavo, but Gustavo has been turned into a fucking horse. So it's a forbidden romance because she can't have sex with him and she can't fall in love with him because he's a horse. But
Bo Jackman.
Yeah. But it's just because it's a forbidden thing when she rides him and she's on top of him. Oh, that's sexy as fuck. It's forbidden. You know what I mean? It's I can't have that thing. There's something to that.
That's why people cheat.
Yeah.
You want something that's not
It's an emotional connection.
Yeah, it's a lustful connection.
But it's an emotional response.
Yes, you bad people. But like I was saying, so the closest thing I got to the wraparound, right? And she was so cool, man. Anyway.
What do we really talk about this fucking podcast?
I don't know, man. But so she had 2 free tickets to go see this movie. It was a Christmas movie called The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. And it was.
Was it?
It was.
Oh, God.
It was good. Actually, it was really good. We both were satisfied twice. in this movie. So what happened, right?
Did you ever fuck her or play around in the theater?
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
You jumped too early.
So I'm a pre-comer. I'll edge till the end.
Speaking of pre-cum, man, 2 girls that had sex with my ex and then another girl, they both asked me. They were like, "Are you uncircumcised?" And I was like, "Yeah, is that a problem?" And that's how I knew my ex was freaky. I wish we were compatible, because she was like, because pre-cummer, right?
Yeah.
If for the men who were uncircumcised, it holds in the little noodle.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
She thought that was the sexiest shit ever, and I was like,
you basically have like a Diamond Tap fucking kid's cup at the top of your dick?
Bro, she was like, I like licking that. I was like, ma'am.
She wanted like the little fucking medicine cap full of cum?
I don't know, bro, but it was nice.
She wanted the fucking Monopoly thimble of cum?
It was nice. Okay, anyway, we
how many more metaphors can I give for this? Cum?
I don't know, bro.
Subscribe now.
Man. But we picked these seats that were in the middle of the movie theater. Great eye distance, right?
Yeah.
It's hard for me to go to movies and I'm looking up or I'm looking down. I want to be eye level.
Yeah.
We get there.
IMAX.
I shit you not. This was the scariest experience I've been a part of in a while. Our 2 seats were vacant, surrounded by old white people. It was, I don't know if you saw like the Conjuring or what is it, Insidious? Like, it felt like that. Like, all the old people would start looking at us and start chasing us and shit. That's what it felt like.
No, I don't really watch a lot of horror movies because I still have my dignity.
Oh, bro.
That was a bad joke, but like, I'm not a big horror guy. Just because mostly I can't pronounce the word horror. I have a stuttering problem or speech impediment, but also like
scary. I'd still call them scary movies.
90% of horror movies or scary movies are not well made or not well written, and they're so bad that I spend the entire time being like, I'm laughing at it. Like, it's so bad that I can't. It's not even like The Room or something where it's so bad that I'm laughing like intentionally. It's like I'm spitting disbelief out of it. It's like you with that pro wrestling we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm not even entertained. I'm just like, this is shittily made. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like poor craftsmanship.
Man. But anyway, terrifying. She was like, I don't want to sit by all these people. I was like, that's fine. I don't either.
Yeah.
So we sit on the lower level. I don't know from their point of view what they can see from us.
Okay.
But she wore a skirt. It was cold as fuck. I get hints. I'm good at figuring out hidden meanings sometimes. Yeah. I was like, she wants me to touch her coochie.
Yeah.
So I did. She came. We had this blanket, and she gave me a hand job in the movie theater and like leaned over, breathing all on me, and I was like, nigga, do you want to get married? Which she did. Hit me up.
So you gave her some extra butter for that popcorn,
man. But it was nice, bro. Like, first time nutting in the movie theater was the best. Right?
She played with your junior mints,
man. Junior Whopper, Carl's Jr., any junior you want to made it, Julian Jr. She touched it, and it was amazing. Right, but yeah, man. So back to your thing. I need to experience the wraparound, but that was the closest thing ever.
Well, I'll bring about movies. Like, I don't know, like the weirdest theatrical experience is like I went to an unofficial 4D movie in Oklahoma.
An unofficial 4D movie?
An unofficial 4D movie.
What does that mean? Oh, you got to be 40 to be there?
No, like, you know, like 4D movies, they give you a fourth dimension, like, you know, like smell or something like that.
Oh, 4D.
4D movie.
I thought you were saying 40.
Oh, no, I went to an unofficial 4D movie in Oklahoma.
Okay.
It was Tropic Thunder. And by 4D, I mean the other dimension was every time there was anything racial said, you had to watch all the white people in the crowd suddenly look for the nearest black person to see if it was okay to laugh.
That's funny.
So there was a delay every time anything racial happened, and then all of a sudden it was like,
oh, my ear.
Sorry.
Right.
Subscribe now.
But yeah, that's...
He's like, what do you mean black people? And
man,
like, what?
What do you mean you people?
Yeah, what do you mean you people? Booty sweat.
That's funny, man. I actually haven't watched that all the way through. But all right, Jared, let's get to the meat and potatoes because I got to pee.
Yeah.
Where did the name UnloadingMeat come from?
That's a thing I can't tell on air. That's the one story I will not say on air.
Were you just unloading your meat everywhere?
That is a name that I will have. I will tell you off air.
Okay.
But that is a trade secret.
So fuck off, everybody.
I will just say it's a closely guarded trade secret for me in my brand. I've had that name for almost 20 years off and on for a brand for things.
Okay.
But it became my brand when I started looking for a brand for a podcast. As far basically like the most kayfabe way to say this, wrestling term wise, is like I had that name for Sutton, and then when I was looking for a brand for the podcast, I was like, it was already available to me, and so I kind of just adapted it for that.
Makes sense.
But I'm not really going to tell people what it means because it's a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
But off air, I'll tell you.
For sure.
It's kind of like take the luchador off the mat. I'll talk to you off air with off the mask.
Yeah, for sure.
Respectfully.
No, for sure. I mean, with all the jokes and everything that we've been talking about, we all are human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you being a bisexual man, I know that is sometimes difficult. I was about to say in your line of work.
Yeah.
But in your everyday...
It is. I mean, it honestly is.
In your everyday experience, where did that realization that I like the ween come from?
So, like, again, like I brought up... Real talk, like 13, I was sexually assaulted.
Yeah, you did say that.
And then, like, for about 20 years, I was closeted. I went through 2 marriages, and, like, I never acted on anything gay.
So, did that make you gay?
So, basically, I was forced to blow him. And long story short is him and his mom basically shamed me with, like, you're not part of our church and nobody will believe you in the church. And it was basically, like, that's why I'm not the most religious person anymore. And stuff
I feel like people should crash out at that point.
That was that. And then it was, so that fucked with my head a lot. And, like, I never really dealt with it or even acknowledged it. But looking back, there were certain clues and things that were, like, very big red flags.
Meaning...
So, like, post my last divorce, I went to therapy, right? I went to therapy. I've been, real talk, I've tried suicide in my life twice. Mm-hmm. Didn't happen twice, Some would say I was a failure at that, too.
Hey, hold on. I love you.
Yeah.
But this guy, he was like, I failed suicide 5 times. I was like... It's easy at this point.
The Booker T of suicide?
Right, 5 times. But yeah, when people say I survived multiple suicides, and I'm like, you really didn't want to die, in my opinion. Yeah. Because it's so easy to unalive yourself that I feel like it should be easy. You feel
Mine was pills and alcohol. Mine was whatever's in my cabinet, I'm going to take it all, and I'm going to drink myself done, and if I wake up tomorrow, I don't care. Oh, man. That's kind of how mine was. So, like, if it happens kind of shit.
Thanks for waking up, man.
Just thanks for waking up, basically, yeah. So, like, that was mine. But that's, like, that was years and years ago. Right. So, like, basically, past all that trauma and stuff like that, I still never dealt with my sexuality. And then I got in my first marriage, never dealt with it. How real we want to get on this? Are you? Have
you seen any of my podcasts? I talk about everything, man.
Like, okay, like I'll get real on here.
Yeah,
I'll share.
Sure.
Me and you try this safe space. First marriage, towards the end of it, she was telling me like how she wasn't what do you call it? Attracted to me and stuff like that anymore. And then like that's when like I'm a shame driven individual. Since my trauma and stuff like that, I've understood, and since post therapy, I've learned I am wired for shame. And like I just basically like Julie and I wake up in the morning, I put my feet out of the bed and I just look like I'm a piece of shit. I am predetermined to wake up and look like I am just I should be ashamed for waking up.
Right.
I woke up, my eyes turned on, I should be ashamed. Mm-hmm. That's just where I start.
Right. I felt that way, buddy.
But that's just how my default is all day, every day. That's me.
Yeah, but I felt that way. That shit sucks.
So you learn to adapt and work around it. But what I'm getting at is like, when I would get really shameful, that's when the gay impulse or something like that would come out. I'd look at gay porn or something like that, and something like that. That's about what happened. I never act on it, but it was like I'd look at gay porn, gay pictures like that.
Right.
My wife saw it one time and she beat the shit out of me and called me faggot and stuff like that, and that was more trauma.
Yeah.
And then I didn't deal with it until my second wife left me, and I kind of told her in my divorce note. I wrote her a note, and it kind of like came out. And I went to therapy and kind of like went through and started dealing with like everything. And therapy was the greatest thing of like, it basically let me be like that meme of Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where like he's looking at the map and like has all like the lines on it, like the strings.
Oh, okay, yes, I know what you're talking about, but I've never seen.
Okay, like the meme of like all the strings on the map. Like,
yeah.
Where it's like it's all connected. That's what therapy did for me. Where it's like, okay, I can now get these tools of looking through my life and be like, oh, this happened. That's why you're like this,
right?
And it was like a math problem. And I started being able to do that math. And so, like, case in point, you said, like, what things did I not act on when I was closeted for, like, 20 years, right? I didn't do any gay impulses or anything. But there were several times where, like, I'd be in high school, I'd be in, like, band. And, like, I would see a guy or, like, a gay kid next to me, or even, like, my music teacher or anything like that. And this, like, overwhelming impulse control, like, failure would hit me in my head, like, almost like I got to jump out of my seat. It would be, like, burning sensation. It would be, like, kiss him. Just flat out, like, just like jump up and like kiss that person right now in front of everybody. Random person, random male. Mm-hmm. And I never knew what it was. And I'd be like, what the fuck? That was weird. It was like this weird impulse control thing where I'd be like, it'd be like a fleeting thing. Like as soon as it was in my head, it was out. And it would happen like, periodically throughout my life.
Yeah.
And I never managed to deal with it. It was just like this thing where I was just like, that was weird. Maybe it was like, and I thought it was like, oh, maybe it's an intimacy thing or something like that.
Yeah. So I guess it's hard to say since it did happen. You feel me? But do you think without that abuse, you would feel the same way that you feel now?
Yes.
Okay.
Because after going through therapy and like going through everything, and then kind of just like, you know, being with guys and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, this is just natural kind of thing, and like, I don't know, it's. The way I look at, like, being bisexual and being, like, with a guy or a girl or something like that is kind of like if I go to Wendy's, sometimes I want a Baconator or sometimes I want a chicken nugget. And if I'm in the mood for chicken nugget, I want to get some spicy chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
But sometimes I want to go over there and I want to get a fucking Baconator.
I feel you.
And the Baconator is fucking coochie.
Okay, so give me the Baconator every time.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, sometimes, like, there's just like this thing, and like, there's also like a thing of like, you know.
So you believe people are born gay or bisexual?
Yes. I honestly believe.
Where does it come from? Like the DNA, the brains, like
I believe.
Wait for you, because to me,
nature versus nurture, the debate.
Okay.
Yeah, like you're right. Like
I think I talked to somebody about this before.
Well, what I'm thinking is like there are people that I think that it could be influenced or could be leaned more towards it by nurture.
Because from a straight male's perspective, now that we are getting these communities, now I feel like it's popular to be gay, popular to be this, and I'm like,
and during I'm dealing with it with my 14-year-old. Like there's people in her, like not just her directly. I'm saying like in her school she's talked about. Like it's fad to be like trans or to be pansexual or or to be like to say that you're
something different than the norm.
Yeah, that I'm asexual or I'm just stuff like that. It's a fad.
What is fad?
Yeah, it's fad to be that. It's hit to be that kind of shit.
What does fad mean?
It's
fabulous?
It's a fad. It's a fad. It's like a thing. It's like a Live Strong bracelet, or it's like a
okay.
It's a small,
I've never heard that word fad before.
Oh, fad is like just like it's a small window of time popular thing.
Okay.
A fleeting thing.
Gotcha. But yeah, I mean, to me, because it's like I don't know, because I can. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, and that's why I feel like people need to have this conversation. Because I was thinking about having this individual on. I think she like is transgender or something like that, I don't fucking know the words.
Yeah,
but I want to see the process of because we all have our own thoughts.
Yeah,
we all are our own people, and I'm just curious at this point.
My thing was like just like feeling accepted, and like there's just there's different. That men feel different than women, obviously, just genetically, and just the way they are dispositionally most of the time. Not that I'm like, generalizing. I am, but like, I'm simplifying it just for the sake of time and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, also, I think honestly, you can be influenced like the nurture side of the conversation, but also like flat out, there are things about me and stuff like that like. And there's people that are just flat out born gay. Like, they wake up and like they had no trauma and like they were just them.
Why don't you think? Because I talked to I don't know if you saw this podcast that I had. It was with two individuals. It was with a behavioral therapist, I believe she was, and then a woman who survived suicide and is gay.
Yeah.
But I asked her, both of them, I was like, some people think that being a part of the community is a mental illness.
Yeah.
And I forgot what their answers were.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'd be thinking, if it was quote unquote normal, why aren't we all bisexual?
I look at
if there, because wouldn't that, like how some people have like disorders or albinism and things like that. Yeah. If it was the norm, why aren't we all this way?
I think we are in a certain way. The way I look at it is sexuality, not gender. Mm-hmm. Sexuality, sexual preference is a spectrum, just like autism can be.
Okay.
And sexuality can be a level of like how people are. You ever see like the running joke of like, I'm as straight as an arrow, but like if Brad Pitt came over here, or I have my hall pass of like one guy I would go gay for.
Okay.
Well, then you're a little bit. It may be a joke, but at least there's an opening right there. You're saying right now, if you had your quintessential hall pass dude line up like, I want to suck your cock right now.
I've in my life never have thought that way.
But I'm just saying, like, there are guys. You may be lower on the spectrum. What I'm saying is, like, everybody's different,
right?
But there are other guys that have that joke that say that thing, and like, well, you just have that opening, so like, you're a smidge spectrum.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
You could. That's the way I just look at it. Is everybody's different. It can be on a spectrum of different things.
So what's the equivalent of autism and straight? Like
Rain Man is just, I don't know, like fucking
like straight men. What is the equivalent of autism to being straight man? Like, because you said there's spectrums of autism. Like autism people who like
you can be a little bit on the spectrum. And
like Theo Vaughn, he has a little bit of that tism.
You can have a little bit of the tism, and then
but he's famous.
Yeah.
So is that like being the equivalent of being a straight man?
No,
if we're on the same spectrum,
possibly.
And like bisexual is like the other parts of the. I don't know, guys. Is this mean?
You're just really good at finding patterns.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But no, I mean, like I said, people should feel how they want to feel and love who they want to feel. But we talked about this on your podcast. That community needs to learn how to fucking fight. Because if all these Democrats that is upset with the Republicans and them winning. Yeah. In my opinion, these Republicans would win. Well, because y'all don't want to fucking fight.
Well, you talked to the other sister. We talked to my podcast. When I'll bring it up here a little bit. Like, you talked about how bisexuality can have trouble with my comedy or anything like that, or like even like dating and stuff like that. In 2025, there's this whole generation of people that come up that say that are pansexual or they're trans, and they say that if I label myself as bisexual, I'm somehow anti-trans in 2025. Because bisexual...
So y'all going against each other?
Again, remember how I talked earlier about all that lady was saying, like, how, like, basically we're all trying to make small bubbles and get, divide us as much as possible?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Come on, guys.
So, according to this, if I'm labeled as bisexual, if I identify as I'm a bisexual man, I'm somehow anti-trans because I'm saying that I wouldn't fuck a trans person. Or I'm somehow saying that I don't identify them as a male or female. And I should say now that I'm pansexual, saying that I would fuck anybody on the spectrum. My problem is that may not be how I identify. I just may say I'm attracted to men or women. So I identify as bisexual. That doesn't mean I'm anti-trans. It just means I don't technically want to suck your dick or fucking lick your puss. Like, there's a math equation where, like, I need dick or I need puss and tits. I can't have dick and tits. I can't have puss.
I got dick and tits, man.
See?
So that's the thing, man. I need to hurry up and lose weight. I'm tired of being fat, man.
That was the other thing. Okay, you would think. Okay, we get into Grindr a little bit.
Okay.
Well, not too heavy.
No, we're not too heavy at all.
But when we talk about like being pleasers, right?
Right.
You would expect if it's a guy kind of thing, that maybe the other guy would be into making sure that the other guy was kind of taken care of too. But no, most of the guys on Grindr, selfish as fuck. They want to just nut and leave. They're just like, we don't give a fuck about the other person most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, they are men.
Yeah, it really seems
men's are dick sometimes.
It's so transactional.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
I don't be knowing, bro, but yeah, man, like,
I love when black people start hearing gay shit. They get the flop sweat.
Bro, we don't know, man. Man, because growing up, be like, stop, that's gay. Yeah. Don't do that gay shit. Ask me the last time my dad said, I love you.
Well, see, I have to embrace it. It's part of my shtick. Like, I had to embrace, like, so we talked about, like, therapy bringing back, like, connecting the dots.
Yeah.
I also have, like, you ever have, what's it called whenever you suppress stuff, memories? What's it called?
Let's just say that. Let's just say suppressed memories.
Suppressed memories, like things you like blocked out that you didn't remember, or something like that. And then sometimes
I have a lot of those.
Sometimes they're repressed memories.
Yeah, there we go. Look at those.
That's what the word is. So like sometimes they can get unlocked, okay, and like you can redo that trauma again, right? Usually it's trauma related. Like you repress it, your brain suppresses it so you don't deal with it.
Right.
I had that happen like 13, right? Then like 8th grade, I'm in football, Dewey High School. Or, well, it's middle school, it's high school, it's 8th grade. And I get into a fight with another kid, and our coach was like, okay, since you queers want to start being like that, start running laps. We had to run laps in full pads around the football field, holding hands, as the entire rest of the football squad, the coaches and the cheerleaders, all go, look at the little fags, look at the little queers, and they gay bashed us as we ran laps. And we had to hold hands and be like, I fucking hate you, I had to fucking hate you. That was a repressed memory I didn't think about for 20 years.
Damn it.
And I was like, I wonder if that kind of changed some things in my personality.
Maybe, man.
It wasn't until I went to a karaoke, like, local place in Bartlesville one time, and he was the bartender there, and I was like, oh, hey, it's that guy. Like, oh.
Was he gay?
No, but we just had a moment where I was like, that last time I saw him, I was like, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah. It's my gay buddy.
Yeah, it's cool.
No, and see, that's a...
see what I mean? Like, just weird shit like that?
Yeah. Man, let people be who they want to be, but that community needs to let people be who they want to be as well. Like, that's another thing.
You can't play the victim.
Y'all be feeling entitled AF.
Yes.
And I'm just like, nigga.
I know.
I'm going to punch you in the dick. I don't care what you identify as. I'm going to punch you in the dick and it's going to hurt.
See, that's why I have no ego about anything. My comedy, my sexuality, my fucking, romantic
just things. Be you, man.
I just want to be accepted and have fun and make sure everybody else is taken care of. Like, that's why I said on Grindr, my name is Reparations.
Oh, is it really?
It was.
Oh.
I fucked more black men than vitiligo.
Describe.
I fucked more black men than gerrymandering.
I don't even know who that is.
Gerrymandering is when they redo the voting restrictions in the states. They move the different thing. Yeah. It heavily is racist. Anyway, you'd get that if you were more black. Anyway, I'll end it here. I fuck more black men than the Minnesota Police Department.
There you go.
And sometimes I let them choke me.
Oh, my goodness. See... That's another key. Like I said,
deadpan that. Yes. You were like, I can't. Like, this is like that time where they asked every black person, "Did you watch Black Panther?" And you're like, I gotta say yes.
Yeah,
for the culture.
For the culture. I saw it twice, motherfucker. But people was leaving. I was like, no, there's more.
Hey, by the way, we had to take this break in this podcast. I gotta say, as my black friend Julian, I would have voted for Obama for a third term if I could.
No, I appreciate it. I don't know what he did for black people, but I appreciate it.
Are you going to tell me to get out? That was a movie reference.
Funny. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. If you watch it a second time knowing what's going on, it's the scariest fucking movie ever.
If you watch it in reverse, it's called Segregation.
They did kidnap that guy. Remember she was dipping the Fruit Loops in the... Anyway. What was I about to say?
If you watch it in reverse, it's just Alice in Wonderland with a tea time.
See, I've never seen Alice in Wonderland.
It's white people getting high on MSG. Or, not MSG.
MSG. Just the Asians.
LCD. Or LCD. LSD. LCD's on that TV.
Man, that's funny.
Oh, that's an LED.
Yeah. Oh, man, what was I going to say? You're talking about fucking black. Oh, that's the thing.
No Diddy.
Look, yeah, man, everything. Half No Diddy for him, but full for me. You feel me?
Yeah, being bisexual is a pain in the ass sometimes.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So
lockjaw.
I don't like kinks scare me. There's some good ones.
Yeah.
There's some good ones. But the ones that I don't know, I kind of feel bad that I kind of want to know what it's like, but kind of not.
Okay.
When the black guy have the white girl call him the N-word.
Oh yeah, like
some people fuck with it. So there's this white girl on Facebook that she's going around. She sounds ghetto. She's like an older white girl.
Yeah. Ratchet as fuck.
I kind of know. I want to kind of know what it's like. I heard her calling me the N-word. You feel me?
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me, guys. It's just something. It's something. But see, she has to be like.
Is that how reparations work?
She has to be
a
little. You
just have white chicks fucking say it back to you because you choose to. Is your body your choice?
Nah,
your N-word your choice?
See, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like if another.
Well, just because I'm the one announcing it. They're also jerking off in the corner. I mean, come on. That's how my payment works. That's appropriation for you.
Man, there are some cucks out there that really likes that.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Oh, bitch. See, speaking of cucks, the amount of cucks I've seen on Grindr where women hop on Grindr and go, my husband wants to watch you fuck me. Bitch, you're going to be looking for a while. You're on Grindr. You're on Grindr.
How can they find you, though? And you're willing to be that. Remember that story you told me about people you know who had like a threesome or something?
Which one?
There's multiple. It's crazy.
Elaborate on what the threesome happened. So there's other stories.
They're close to you.
Oh, the rape charges?
Yeah. I don't know how that's going, so I didn't want to.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not a snitch.
Had a family friend that their first time trying a threesome, they went with a fucking coworker because they decided to shit where they eat. And first time doing it, well, that coworker got pissed and was like, well, he raped me.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But see, I would never watch a man fuck my wife, but if my wife wanted to watch me fuck another girl.
Well, yeah, that's just hot. That's just her being your wingman.
Man, shout out to that.
Yeah.
Because that used to be a thing, like couples dominating a girl.
You get your wife an Iceman tattoo.
Iceman?
That's a Top Gun reference.
Oh.
God damn it, man. You gotta grow up so you get.
You are 10 years older than me.
You have a big ass TV here and a PS5. You can get some of these references, okay? Yeah, I will give you my Voodoo account. Okay? I'll give you my login. Shh, Fandango, hush. You didn't hear that. And I will let you fucking just zone out fucking Clockwork Orange will strap your eyes in. You don't get that reference. So Robot Chicken will strap your eyes in. There you go.
Yeah. Robot Chicken. Yeah.
I do that all the time. I go with an old reference, and then I go for the newer generation, and there's another reference. I go back and forth.
I appreciate it.
Can I give you another example?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to waste some material here before we're going to talk here for 5 hours.
Actually, one more thing, and then...
Welcome to Unloading Meat.
Hungry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's 12:30. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we can wrap up. I'll just tell you this one thing. It's I'll spoil it here. You want to hear one of my newest impressions?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm a comic, right? I'm stand-up. I'm working on impressions.
He is.
I'm also a voice actor.
Okay.
I do Mickey Mouse, stuff like that. Oh, boy.
That's a good one.
Huh? A mouse tool.
So the thing is, when people do voice impressions, I want to hear, full conversations. Stop giving me shit that, they're ad-libs. Like, when people do, Mike Tyson, they say a couple things, or do, Kevin Hart, they do a couple things. I want to hear a conversation.
So I got to hear it. So I go, oh, swell, fella. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. It's nice to see you.
Do you know what Goofy is?
You know what? The last Goofy...
I bet Betty's down in the boutique. Anyway, we're just going to ramble.
I was about to have a conversation with you.
So, oh, shucks. So he's a mouse tool.
Man.
So anyway, here's my impression of rapper Action Bronson.
Okay.
Do you know Action Bronson?
I like Action Bronson.
White, large, with a
nice beard. I want that beard, man.
So here's my impression of Action Bronson. And you ready? I need dead silence. Ready? Complete silence. My impression of rapper and chef Action Bronson. Thank you.
That was almost better than the guy eating the carrot for 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah, it's better. So, I will say though, don't I look like a gay Action Bronson?
I can see that.
Yeah, and if anybody didn't get that reference in the crowd, just picture Dom DeLuise if he can carry a beat.
I don't know who Dom DeLuise.
See, you wouldn't get it, but your parents would, and then I'd get rebooked.
I don't know my father. That was the Finding Nemo.
Oh, I was just thinking you were the reverse Darth Vader, and your dad was actually black, but he talked white.
My dad is black. No. Yeah. See, I don't know.
Reverse Vader.
See, hear me out. Oh, he has the white suit, and
is the reverse Darth Vader just Clayton Bixby from the Chappelle Show?
Probably.
Confirmed here.
Smells like niggas out here. That's funny, but. Damn, what was I about to go with that?
I don't know, but my fucking white person alarm went off. I was like, ugh. Solid stick.
Anyway, man, we talked about a lot.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about. Oh my gosh, why did I go blank? So you have kids.
Yeah.
Kids are cool.
Yeah.
My son, he's okay.
Way to bury the lead.
Oh man. Well, no, because now that it's 12:30, I probably have to take him to Korean barbecue with me. And I'm not looking forward to that. I love my son. I love him to death. But they want $12 for a 4-year-old. They can suck my dick. So that's the thing. I don't know. We may have to. But anyway, you have kids, man. What is that like being a cool comedian dad to your children?
I mean, you'll have to ask them after post therapy in 20 years. Like,
looking back, he was okay.
Well, I mean, like the way I look at it now, man, it's 2025. Like I said, post multiple divorces. My house is paid off. My car's paid off. I've been through a lot of shitload of trauma. I'm on the other side of all that stuff. Yeah. I'm figuring out who I am as a person. Mm-hmm. I'm there to entertain. I feel alive when I have a mic in front of my hand when the light's on.
Same with podcasting.
Like I don't know if you can tell. Like I didn't sleep last night. Like I'm surviving on energy drinks and fucking Wendy's this morning.
Man, well, thanks for
yeah, but like and anxiety, it works great. But like. What I'm getting at is as soon as that fucking light goes on, I'm on. Yeah. Like, that's just natural. And, like, it's just a thing that's, like, there's something in me that turns on where it's like, okay, I was meant to do this, something like this. And so, like, podcasting is something like that. Stand-up is, like, there's no better drug than that to me. It's like, I don't know, it's like, to me, it almost felt like, I know you'll relate to this because you're a fucking workout-aholic now because you skinny bitch. I'm proud of you, though.
Thank you, buddy.
I don't want to say I'm a proud boy, but anyway, before I was really interrupted by his skinny ass.
I still got boobies, man. I still got boobies. I'm trying, man. Today I did not feel bonita. I did not. Because, bro, like, I put myself through the ringer. And to, like, take your clothes off and you still look the same. Like, I know I've lost 169 pounds. So I know shit happens.
Props.
But, bro, I'm so fucking done. Like, 2 years, bro, I want to be done. By July, I'm going to be done, though. I'm putting it in stone. Yeah. Tokyo and Tulsa's coming. I'm dressing up as Zorro. You see he's over there looking swole. Yeah. I'm definitely... See, I'm not gay. I'm not even bisexual, right? But I appreciate a nice body like that. Yeah. You feel me? Because I want that. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. So, I'm going to look like that by July, and it's going to be... I'm getting hella bitches.
Well, it's like... You'd probably back to, like, what's it like to be a comic dad, cool comic dad, stuff like that. Like, with everything paid off, stuff like that, and the way I am now, and I'm figuring out who I am, like, the podcast stuff, like, that's who I am. Like... The way I look at it is like my day-to-day job, like, spoiler alert, I would do Grubhub and stuff like that for like a side hustle. Yeah. But like, if I can do that and do my comedy and my podcasting every week, and then that still allows me to every morning and every afternoon take my kid to school or pick them up. Every weekend we're out going like, movies and stuff like that. We do everything together. Mm-hmm. Like, what else do I need? Yeah. I'm happy. Like, I have my house, I have my car, I have my peace, I have my sanctuary.
You might make me take my son to Korean barbecue talking like that.
But you get what I mean? It's like that's, like I said, like, the way I looked at it, just to come full circle, I told you, like, when I was going to go back to the comedy, I wanted to have a base, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to build Unloading Meat. I wanted to have something where nobody could take it away from me. But also that base kind of became the base of my life. Because it was the foundation of, like, yeah, you can't take that shit away from me. And also, it's like, that's my pride, that's my work ethic. Like, flat out, I've said this, like, I had Matt Farrell on the podcast. Shout out Matt Farrell, I love you, buddy. Touring comedian, dude, like, has a ton of shows coming up and stuff like that. Just flat out, I was like, you have the best editing skills and the best podcast skills in the Oklahoma area. Like, as far as, like, editing, production, like, not disparaging you, anything, you're my friend.
Man, like, let me give you your props. When this man started out with podcasting, because I think it was after me, but the dedication and the time he put in, he has 3 cameras. Each one he does manually, right? Yeah. You switch cameras, like, just everything that he does, phenomenal.
So, yeah, pull him out.
So, shout out to you,
Well, thank you, man. Like, it's just like, for those that haven't seen my show, it's like, I built a studio in my house. I built a full-fledged, like, actual entertainment
studio. With hundreds of fucking action figures.
100 action figures, but like it's a stage, it's the lights. I have a full convenient actual desk. I have a sound production, video production underneath.
I love it.
3 camera setup, lights, like drapes. Like I went full board with the logo and everything. Like just like that was me. That's my pride. And then also like he was just like bringing up Matt. He was just like, there's nobody that's like even like touching like what you're doing like right. As far as the comedy thing so far. And I was like, I appreciate that. And then like. I have my production studio on the side. And my first client was Josh Wolf, who's a fucking famous comedian. Mm-hmm. Been on fucking Kill Tony, been on like Chelsea Handler and stuff like that. And they just needed a fucking production studio one time for their podcast. And one guy was like, Jared has the best studio in town. And I got him as my first client.
That's dope.
And like that shit, like he was like, your studio rocks.
Yeah.
And I recorded an episode of their podcast where I got to be their Jamie, for an hour. And their first 30 minutes of their podcast called Hey Man it's him and his son just talking. The first 30 minutes is just them talking about my room.
That's
and just how cool Power Rangers are and stuff like that.
Man.
And then him talking about how cool my UnloadingMeat name is and stuff like that. And him talking about giving me props my brand. And like, I knew I was on the path to do something great.
And go ahead, I'll let you finish.
But like that kind of gave me this purpose of like, I don't have an ego, but I know what I can do. And I know what my skills are, and I know what my editing skills can do. I know what my videography can do. I know what my humor skills can do. Mm-hmm. Humor is a skill. It's an art. It's a muscle. You gotta flex it. You gotta fucking work at it. And I know that it's fucking funny. I know that my voice is fucking funny. I'll end with this. Kevin Smith, Silent Bob. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do stand-up so much as he does like Q&As, and he does open like just talks to like auditoriums of people for like hours. And it's funny. He does funny stories. And he has a famous movie called Chasing Amy. Going back to being gay or being on the spectrum of sexuality and stuff like that. The famous movie, spoiler alert, is about how Ben Affleck dates a lesbian and turns her straight. And then shit happens, stuff like that. And basically every lesbian was like, well, that's if you ever ask a lesbian, the joke is, if you ever ask a lesbian what their favorite sci-fi movie is, it's Chasing Amy. Because they're saying that would never fucking happen in real life. Where a straight man, like, because always the joke was like, oh, all a lesbian needs is one good dicking, right? That's the joke.
Yeah.
And so Kevin Smith was at this Q&A, and it's filmed, and this lesbian comes up and does a Q&A, and she's like, so I have problems with Chasing Amy. I love all your movies, but that movie just didn't get me, and I didn't like it because it kind of just, to me, portrayed of like, yeah, all a lesbian needs is a good dicking. And Kevin Smith kind of talked back to her, and it was like, I can't take credit or accept any kind of projection or anything of like what you view the movie as. All my art and all my movie is, and all I do is I can say, here is how I view the world. Agree or disagree. And that's how I do my movies. That's how I do my art. Mm-hmm. And the way he did that, and she was kind of like, oh. It kind of was like an epiphany moment for her where he was like, I always put a little bit of gay shit in my art. He goes, I put a lot of gay shit in my stuff because I have a brother who's gay. And like he's always talked to me how he had never had a movie where he could relate to when he was growing up. So he always tried to put a little bit of gay shit in his movies. And he was like, I try to do better than most people, but like also like, there's, I do what I can. Mm. And he was just like, all I can do is show you like, this is how I view the world. Do you agree? Disagree? Otherwise, but like either way, this is how I view it. And so I kind of look at that with my way too of like, I know what I have. I know what I'm good at. If you disagree with that, okay. Bye.
Fuck it.
I don't give a fuck.
Hashtag heel turn.
Yeah, that's where it is. Hashtag heel turn.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. If you come at me on social media or something like that, I just block you.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll laugh about you. What happens if the haters now is I just write it for material. Mm. You'll be in my movie script. You'll be my fucking material. You'll be acted out on the stage as a character. And then that's how you'll get remembered. And hello.
And that's what people I grew up with.
I'm incredibly petty like that.
Hey, fuck it. But that's the thing. People I grew up with are other people who are still in the same spot that they were years ago.
Yep.
This is what I don't understand about them meeting people like you, meeting people like Castro, meeting people like Brittany. We all have our own shit.
Yeah.
But the difference between us and them is we decided to do something about it.
Yeah.
And then coming together strengthens us to now push us even further. And like hearing everything that you were saying and how you were like, they can't take it away from me.
Yeah.
With my weight loss, people think I'm cocky. People think I'm arrogant. People think I'm whatever. But
it's confidence.
earned it. Yes. And I earned it. nobody can say I helped him lose weight.
Well, it's not only...
I trained 95% of my weight loss by myself.
Damn.
I've only had gym partners a handful of times. Not even routine gym partners. Hey, you want to go to the gym? Yeah, we'll go to the gym. Blah, blah, blah. But yes, I was in that motherfucker. Rain, sleet, snow, ice, fat, tired, everything above. So now that I'm happy about the way I look, I'm going to project it. And I like how you do the same thing. Like, this is my material. This is everything that I've built from the ground up. Because I feel like now we start to have a little bit of appreciation for ourselves. Because looking back with being abused, or me and you talked about the relationship with you and your father, like everything that you've overcame to be alive is the big thing. But to also be alive and be productive. Yes, there are things that we all have to continue to grow and to get better, or even to change. But to say that we not even went to the other side where the grass is greener, we tore up the bad route, planted new shit, and now we're good. Yeah. So that's the whole thing that I want people to take away from podcasting, or my podcast. It's fine to have jokes. It's fine to disagree. It's fine to talk about people in a good way. But at the end of the day, we are here to be better and to progress and to come out winners.
Well, yeah.
So shout out to you, buddy.
Well, thanks, buddy.
For sure.
Thank you for having me here, dude. This has been an amazing experience.
Thank you.
I love being around you. You're a good friend.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
You're a positive energy.
I try to be, because sometimes I feel like the scum of the world. And it just that's another thing that people don't understand. When you come on this other side of happiness, you feel ashamed of how you were. Like, I used to have a real bad porn, like really bad, and it like ruled my life, and I just went through weird phases of my addiction. And sometimes I look back and like, why did I feel that way? Why did I think that way? Like, why did I have to? And I'm like, well, I'm not that man anymore, but it still feels like, well, you were a part of whatever.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel ashamed, but I have to continue looking forward and understanding that the more positive or happiness I put in the world, everything in the past is gone.
Yeah.
If I hurt people, then yeah, they'll probably still be on their mind and their body. But if I can make amends, it needs to be a thing that I have to go and try to do.
Sure.
But if not, that's just something you have to live with, and then be a better person next time to whomever you decide to come across. But yeah, there's a lot of days where I'm sitting up and it's like, how dare I do this to this person, or how dare I feel this way about this? And I don't feel bonita, man.
Well, I think that's where like the self-confidence comes in, and like just building up how you, like I said, the self-confidence of, I don't have the ego about myself or anything like that, but like I told you earlier, like I wake up, I'm a shame-driven individual. I wake up, I'm shamed. So the way I look at my stuff and the stuff that I put out and my content, my stand-up and all that stuff is, can I step back from that thing I put out to that short or that fucking meme or whatever I put out, or that stand-up 5 minutes I did an open mic, and can I say, I'm not ashamed of that?
Yeah.
Like, not from whether objectively it's funny or I think it's good or not, or whether I think a crowd will like it or not, but from an objective standpoint of, can anybody else confidently put out that level of quality and do that exact thing that I just put out? And if the answer is no, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's what
because I did it to the best of my ability, and I have the confidence to be like, fuck anybody else that has an opinion about it, because they can't do it,
man,
or they're not doing it.
And this is what I love. So I love anime. I love comic books because it shows a lot. Yeah, it explains a lot, but it also me, but it also shows you a better life, like a fairy tale life that can be possible.
Yeah.
Meaning, I was reading Absolute Batman, the new series that came out. Phenomenal if you haven't read it.
Okay.
But Bruce, it's a different story. It's a different origin story for Bruce, Diana, and Clark.
Okay.
But Bruce was making a bridge or a something for his class. for a competition or something to better the world. And he was talking to his dad, who is a school teacher in this universe. And he was like, Dad, do you think there'll be other kids whose project is better than mine? And the dad was like, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What matters is you think you did the best you can do on this project. And if that is yes, it doesn't matter if somebody beats you.
Yeah.
Because you gave 110%. You need to be satisfied with the effort. Can you get better? Of course. Can you win next time? 100%. But if you give it your all the first time, you should walk away with your head held high.
Well, it's simple as this. No two artists can draw exactly the same. Like, if I can't go to you and be like, I'm going to teach you how to draw exactly like me, and you can't draw the same thing. I can't go to you and be like, this is how I do comedy, this is how I write comedy. You would need to write exactly how I have, and you're going to be successful.
Right.
Everybody is an individual snowflake and does something different. So all you got to do is realize, if everybody's different and you can't compete and do something like them exactly that you can, your only competition is yourself. You're only competing with yourself and how the best of your own abilities and to top what you did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come out of the competition like, I topped myself, or that's the best I can do, congratulations. You're first, second, third, fourth, fifth, fifth. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
right, man, because I'm telling you, like, weight loss is really, it showed me that, right? You can be first, second, third because you're going against yourself.
Yeah.
When I finally started seeing the scale go down, was great.
Yeah.
But when I felt my stamina improving, that right there, it opened up.
You were fucking more 41-year-olds.
Man. Trying to.
It's called a callback.
Man, no, it was just her one time. But that was on my bucket list, man, to have sex with a cougar, because I wanted to feel like a, I don't want to say a little boy because that kind of sounds weird. I wanted to feel helpless. Like, okay.
Bucket list was the name of the brothel you got her at.
But that was, she asked me this question when she was like, do you like being dominated? And I was like, by an older woman, yeah, but see, I'm a man, like I'm a big man too. So it's like, to me, how could I walk out in this world being tough and then behind closed doors?
I'm not in the Dom, like, you know, especially whenever Letty died in Fast and the Furious. I really wasn't a Dom fan.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. But I don't know who Letty is.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Was that the girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right, Paul. We'll see you again.
But yeah, man. So, but yeah, it's just having confidence in yourself and having everything that you want. You should take it respectfully. Like, don't purposely step on other people maliciously.
Don't be self-righteous.
Right. But don't be afraid to have healthy competition. There's this dude in my boxing gym for the last 2 weeks. He's been beating my ass in sparring. But he has made me train harder than I've ever trained in my life.
You say you're not bisexual at all.
This is where the pause and no Diddy has fucked up this world. Because I don't be thinking gay.
Bad boys for life.
But see, I feel like people who say like no Diddy or pause, even though we said it jokingly, but like people who is in random conversation be like pause. Why are you thinking gay? You feel me? Like that's the thing.
It's a little ditty.
That's a little ditty.
It's a little did.
Man, when it's cold, I have a little ditty.
You
haven't laughed at any of my jokes today, man. Am I not good at comedy?
Diddy I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, it was kind of
just like the assholes of his victims.
And from us to you all.
Yeah.
May your pain be champagne.
Oh.
No. Let them know where to find you, what you have.
Oh, yeah.
Unloading meats, any upcoming.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on here. Bro,
for sure. Thank you for driving for an hour.
I love how you did like a CM Punk clobber in time. Check your watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am Jared Ralphie Allen, stand-up comedian and podcaster. You can find me everywhere on all the socials at UnloadingMeat. Even on Twitch now, so you can watch me unload meat live on Twitch.
Hey.
And then I will be bringing out two new. One is a returning project. I'll bring it out here. I'll just announce right here.
Okay.
Bringing back Tulsa Comics React, was a show I had last year. I had success with, where basically we just do a react channel with local comics and kind of just have them on the couch, watch a movie, watch a TV show, and kind of just get their witty, Mystery Science Theater 3000 kind of take on it.
Hell yeah!
And I cut it down, just put it, like a best of clip out. The next one is going to be with, I believe, J.B. Watkins.
Okay.
And we are going to be reviewing Idiocracy. I thought that was appropriate with Inauguration.
Hey.
And then my next project, like we talked about at the beginning of this, is going to be, meat themed. It's going to be called Bumpin' Meat.
Bumpin' Meat.
Bumpin' Meat. And it is going to be a wrestling weekly show, talking about wrestling recap and just like a fun antics and just, it's going to be wacky characters on it. We're going to have some guest correspondence and we're going to do like a weekend update, but with wrestling.
Hell yeah.
And that'll be on the Unloading Meat YouTube channel. We are over 650 subscribers now in less than 2 years. So we're on the way to 1,000.
Send them over here.
Guys, follow us at Unloading Meat. Follow this man. At?
Oh.
You're the professional. You're the host. I set you up. That was a layup.
Well, subscribe to Socks on the Ralph podcast and Comic Cons podcast, KHANS. But see, Castro, he's the motherfucking, what is it called? The
Maestro?
Yeah, the maestro when it comes to
the hype man, the promo man.
He is great. But yeah, man, Socks on the Ralph podcast, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Jared, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. Man,
you're just like, get the fuck out of here. I want to eat my Korean barbecue.
No, I'm gonna take my son. So we're gonna chat if you don't mind.
We'll go to a China buffet.
Yeah. It's cheaper. But no, I really want some Korean barbecue. It's cheat day.
Well, guys, thank you for watching this. Thank you for having me here, man.
Yeah, for sure,
It's been fun. Follow him. Follow me.
Follow all of us. Follow they, thems.
Yeah.
Follow aliens.
Yeah, especially the one in Hogwarts Legacy.
From us to you all, may your pain be champagne.
Later.